3, 2, 1. We've got ignition and we've got RIP takeoff. Condolences to his family. Rest up, takeoff. All right, y'all, we in the building. Mouthpiece included. We're going to pay some bills real quick, and then we're going to hop right to it. Appreciate y'all being here. Eber flushed, all right? Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about that Thanksgiving game in about 3 minutes. About 3 measly minutes. So, Karen, we're waiting on you, Karen. Karen, please get off the phone. The police, they're not taking your calls anymore, Karen. Oh, they are now? Trump's back in office? Good. Good for you, Karen. You can get some policing now, huh? All right, let's see here.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Most best like ourselves, I really feel like I need a ton of reps in the preseason for what a rookie quarterback, he might need those reps. Probably when y'all come out, he's probably gonna come out. Are y'all willing to play more reps in the preseason just to get him up to speed a little bit better?
We will. Well, they pay us, so we got to do whatever they want us to do. That's kind of how that works. No, but we want to have a successful season, and we trust Coach that they have a good plan. And look, they've been thinking about all this for quite a while now. So whatever plan they got laid out for us to do during the preseason, whether it's in practices and games, we're going to be all for, and that's just kind of part of this process that we're in. So yeah, when they say jump, we're gonna have to say how high. So that's kind of the deal.
The talent.
I was very, very angry because I was learning about the history of what happened to us, and that's what Roots did to me. It brought a lot of those feelings out of me, and I became very disturbed by it, and I became very angry, and I started to retaliate in school. And it took my mother to come to me and tell me, it's a history, it's something that you should never forget, but you can rise above it and make an impact and make a change and make people aware of the pain that we've endured. But at first I was very disturbed by it, and I retaliated in some ways, violently. We used to go to other pools, and he would take me, and as soon as I get in the pool, they would get out of the pool. You don't forget your heritage, but you move forward in trying to make a better life for everyone, and that you always want to be viewed as a person. Reach back and pull someone with you.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
Excuse me for saying so, but you seem kind of transparent.
That's ignorant, I'm just cold.
Well, I know you want to be out there no matter what, but the fact that it is Green Bay, it's week 1, does that add a lot of fuel to your fire?
Oh yeah, it definitely does. I didn't get to play last year, the second game here in Chicago, so I didn't really get to feel the vibes. I wasn't even at the stadium, but now I can't. I'm waiting. I'm itching. It's Packers week, so I know it's gonna be live in the stadium. Fans everywhere. It's gonna be loud. People hate Green Bay. I hate Green Bay, so I can't wait. They didn't get to see me.
You hear that, Diesel?
See me this year though. People hate Green Bay. I hate Green Bay.
All right, what's up, NASCAR fans? I don't know about y'all, but this President Obama is pissing me off. So I'm gonna do some dip and speak my mind. Today I'm gonna be dipping Vagisil regular strength anti-itch cream. Oh yeah, that's a big digger right there. So I'm pretty pissed off what I found out. I found out this Obama wants to put a bigger tax on gasoline.
That's when all the news came in about being in the South Park episode. Something about being poor and stupid was the theme of the episode.
Bring it on earth hurt you scared of the competition? I'm just as poor and stupid as you. I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna go fast and I'm gonna turn to the left sometimes.
Can we just get back to the subject of racing, please?
Oh, bring it on, Danica. You dumb bitch think I can't steer left better than you?
Bring a towel. When you get out of the water, you need to dry off right away to avoid catching a cold. That's why Tally says, don't forget to bring a towel.
Okay. Thanks, Callie.
You want to get high?
No.
Yes, sir. Let's get them in the building. Karen, let's get some music, please. Music, please. Okay, we can't hear anything.
TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN, TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN, TATN, TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN, TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN, TATN,
TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN. In the building. Bet down, y'all. FGB. We're going to add that as part of our disclaimer. FGB. Yes, sir. That's where we at. That's where we at. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included. This is a podcast where we talk about politics, that's sports and politics and everything in between. Welcome to another episode. We're going to jump into the highly anticipated Week 12 post-game reaction following our recent clash with the isn't the right thing here. All right, with the Detroit Lions. All right. This game brought intense moments, pivotal plays, leaving fans and pundits and meatballs and meatheads abuzz with questions. One of the hottest topics on everybody's mind was Matt Eberflush and what he meant for our generational, smug, know everything, all-knowing quarterback, Captain Caleb Williams. As we continue to navigate this super challenging season, we've got still many questions. Who's going to replace Eberflush? Okay. Throughout the game, we saw glimpses of our generational Captain Caleb's potential as he faced, many say, the top NFL team in the league, the Detroit Lions. But our team still found a way to get an L. We lost. We hear about locker room dissent, which we're going to cover immediately after the game. We're going to hear about our former coach, how he tripled down on his idiocracy. So we got a lot to unpack here. Hope everyone enjoyed their turkey day. I sure did. Had some really great food. So chill with us as we break down that disastrous game. Cardiac kids, they like to come back and lose. We're going to evaluate our coaching dynamics, and we are going to consider the future of the Bears under Ryan Puss's guidance. So whether you're a diehard Bears fan or you're just tuning in for the drama, this is another episode promising to be a thorough exploration of our team's current state and what lies ahead for Captain Caleb Williams and the Bear Down. So grab your favorite game day snack and get ready for an engaging discussion on the future of the Bears. As always, we're going to cover some poly tricks, that may be making the headlines this week. So stand down, stand back, stand by, or pull up. But if you do pull up, do not forget to bring your mouthpiece. All right, y'all. The views expressed in this morning's or this afternoon's pod are those of the hosts, guests, and not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. The link is pinned in the chat. Pull up, excrete your excrement. We'd love to hear from you. Or you can feel free to leave comments as well in the chat if you're too bashful to pop up and take a dump. All right, Karen, let's get this music going. All right, let's get Big Ace in the building. Jackie Robinson's finest.
Yeah.
Mouthpiece included. TATN, TATN, TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN, TATN, TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN.
Happy post-Turkey Day Massacre, Black Friday. All those associated with the orange and blue. We finally got what we needed, deserved at the end of last season, when all of the scapegoats were put out there to pasture, namely JF1 and all the offensive coaching staff. They finally, I believe, got to the heart of the problem, one heartbeat, one ventricle of the problem, which is our coach, Matt Eberflus. And we'll see how long the general manager hangs around with his decision-making on personnel and coaching and the status of the Chicago Bears football club. I don't know. It looks like Kevin Warren is starting to step in to take control of the situation, of the idiocy, the mass confusion, the disorganization of the Chicago Bear Football Club, and hopefully we can get steered in the right direction pretty soon on what we need to do to become a formidable football foe in the toughest division in football, the NFC North division. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got a few months remaining in the tenure, or a few games remaining in the tenure of Thomas Brown, and we'll see where the Bears go from there. But, I'm just glad to see that they made a change as far as football coach. There's embarrassment to all of the diehard.
Save some of that for the show there, fella. We're not going to summarize the whole show in the end.
I mean, come on.
All right, now, I mean, we're
2 damn days.
We're gonna talk about all of that. All right.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to watch the game? I know you were like one of my brothers, man. I was hitting him up. He's like, man, you love the pain, because we were behind. I'm texting him like I was texting y'all, like this guy sucks, talking about the coaching.
Yeah.
And then they start coming back. I'm like, yeah, go. He's like, you're doing it to yourself again. He's like, Eberflus is gonna blow it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I watched the highlights, and then I watched the game, and most of its entirety. And the debacle at the end was truly heartbreaking as a Bears fan, and listening and talking to people around the country about what's going on with our football club.
All right, so let's start with the game itself. The positives. Let's start with some positives we saw.
Second half, same thing every week. You can't get it going in the first half. I don't understand it. I mean, if you got an offensive game plan, if you're trying to develop an identity, let's get it out there and let's get it going in the first half. Why do we gotta have Captain America try and save the team every week? I guess that's not a positive.
Positives. All right, so I got some positives. DJ looked really good. Keenan Allen's got me eating a bit of crow here. Keenan was balling, man. He got dinged up. Keenan was balling.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to trade him.
Cole Kmet looked great. I'm being sarcastic. What's up, Diesel? We jumping right into it, bro, with the positives, bro. We're doing it a little different this time. That way we can lean in on the negatives and then get into the wonderful firing of Eberfluss. So, did you watch the game, Diesel? Because you was mighty quiet. I thought you was one of those guys who's like,
I was busy doing other stuff, so I ain't had no time to be like texting and stuff. But I was watching it, but
I got you.
I was close to breaking my TV a few times. So.
Man, you just like Flus is dumb and dumber all in one. Like you could do a movie called Dumb and Dumber and just have it be Flus. I texted y'all towards the end. It was like over 2 minutes left, and Flus had that dumb look. You said JF1. You said he had that dumb look on his face. I texted, Flus is Flusing. All right. But we're gonna stay with the positives. I mentioned DJ Moore was balling. He had a ball he should have caught. We'll get there. And your boy looked good, man. Keenan Allen, like he's finally healthy. Then he got hurt again. But give me your positives, Diesel. Give me your positives, Ace, and then we're gonna jump on to what we all want to hear: the negatives.
Positives, they come back again. They come back. They had them. The game was that. I'm trying to stay positive, but yeah, they came back and they put themselves in a position to win, like they've done the last 2 or 3 games that they put themselves in a position to win.
And this was on the road against some say the best football team in football
in the North.
Yeah. Second half, Caleb started balling, started hitting people, hitting receivers. Try to keep it positive. Yeah, they were, they were they were playing. They started just playing. So once you start playing and you quit playing all tightened up, once they loosened up a little bit, they was like, okay, this is what these guys are. Because we play Detroit out of all the teams in the division, we play them tough every year, regardless who's on our team.
It's the black and blue division.
We play them tough every year. We probably play them better than any other team in our division every year. Whether we win or lose, we play them real, real tough. So,
and y'all ready to crown Ben Johnson, Colored Brown, had us right there in a position to win. Colored Brown, big ups to Colored Brown too. That's a positive.
Yeah. I'm sure he was probably like, man, how are we in this position after the first half? But the good thing was we could have been down a whole lot more in the first half than what the score was at halftime. Because I think they kicked like 2 or 3 field goals maybe in the first half. And, they don't like kicking field goals. That dude, he's allergic to field goals. They head coach and and honestly, I think that's his downfall. He's so smart, he's stupid. When he gets in good, big games, good teams, he's still just going for it on 4th and 4 and 5 and 6.
Doesn't matter. And let's not tell the office, let's not tell the coordinator, the special team, let's not tell anybody that we intend to go for it and have the whole team running out there and then, and still not call a timeout and get organized.
No, he acts like, hey, this is the norm. We're going to keep on going. We're going to get this first down. We don't care what their defense is doing. He does that all the time. So
for the Lions.
And I'm saying to myself, hey, we got a chance to come back in the second half because of his mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if we could get him a stop on a 4th down or so, we can be right back in there. So it was good to see them fight back and put themselves in a position to win again.
So you mean in a position to break your heart and lose again?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we keeping it positive. So I'm
all right.
I'm trying to avoid all of that till we say let's go in. And then I'm gonna go in.
Go down,
bro. I actually had hope. Well, Ace, I want to hear your positives. I actually had hope until I saw Flus's face, man. I tried to get a picture of it, and that's what I texted y'all like, oh boy. He had that deer in the headlights look, bro. Like He'd have been in the slow classes at William H. Ray. But go ahead, Ace. Let's hear your positives and snap to it because we want to jump to the negatives.
I mean, my positives were pretty much the same thing. Just being a possibility of being in the game. I definitely got more negatives than I do positives, of course, because we damn lost, and there was no reason to lose that game. But the play of the wide receivers and Captain America is a positive for the Chicago Bears, but we need to tighten some things up, and maybe that will come with the positive relieving of duties of our head coach. So those are basically everything.
That was a positive. I thought the offensive line looked good too, Ace, and the motion. They had motion on almost every play, which seems to help Caleb. I don't know why that took 13 weeks to figure out.
Well, I mean, they were saying at the beginning of the year, it helps most teams and most quarterbacks, so because it helps them identify what the defense is doing. But if you're standing there in the same plays and you're standing there in the same formations and you're standing there for however long Waldron was here and not moving the players around, the rookie quarterback can determine where the blitz is coming from, what's happening, and how he can solve that problem at the line. So, it's good to see motion. Yes, absolutely.
So negatives, bro. Have at it. Let's jump in it. Have at it. Negatives.
Analytics. They could have been in a position to win the game instead of just tie the damn game up. I don't know why the hell you go for 2 points at that point of the game when you were trailing by 3 and not kick the extra point.
It's this thing now that if you go for this is I keep watching this in every game. Yeah. So if you're down that touchdown, if you go for 2, then you're down 6. So if you score another touchdown, you can win the game. And it's like if you don't get it, then you still got to get the chances of you scoring. If you score another touchdown, you get another chance to get a 2. So basically, they say, well, out of 2 tries to get 2-point conversion, you should be able to get it.
You should be able to get 1.
That's what they keep doing all across the league. All across the league.
4. No, they scored the touchdown. They were down 3, and they didn't kick the extra point.
If I'm a coach, I'm going with the game. How you feel in the game, not just
the game, your team too. Correct. How your team is balling, and also we can't run the rookie out there and say, but he's a rookie. Yeah, that's why you kick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're KC, if you're Detroit, you can make those kind of decisions. Right now, we're not in a position to be doing that. Don't be chasing points. Take all the points you can get.
And even them, they don't do that kind of stuff. They go, I'm telling you, it's like your eye test. If you're a coach, you're saying, how's my team playing? What's going on? If the other team's reeling, and you're like, hey, man, we got these guys on the ropes right now, then okay. But if you fighting your way back into a game and everything, man, just stand fast, man. Just don't go with all of them statistics. I was watching somebody the other day, and they said, analytics doesn't take in the equation all these other things that are going on in a football game, or any major sport for that matter. They said you got all these different things. That statistic isn't telling you what may be going on in the game.
Isn't telling your starting quarterback might be concussed and nobody knows it, but you know he's concussed.
Or you lost
you still run out there.
Linemen in the game.
Correct.
Just all kinds of different things that it's not going to tell you. And you basically going for it and not going for it on those types of things, like, nah.
It's just 3 division games, division games that you had opportunity to have a chance to win, and you're going for 2s when, if you just go for the 1s in division games, it'll have you either the opportunity to tie and possibly win at home, or
Well, it changes the complexion of the game too, Ace.
Yeah.
That team, that now the team has to, the other team is going to be like, man, they can win on a field goal. So they're coaching different. They might even let us get that field goal quicker. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And you're coaching different because you got a chance to go win the game instead of go down there and not call a damn timeout and tie the game up. And you just didn't call a timeout, so just lose because you ran out of time. I mean, you know.
Here was my first text to you guys. Flush Corches like a little retarded 7-year-old playing Madden.
Yeah.
He challenges based off of how big the play is as opposed to the merits of the call. It reeks of desperation. That was my first comment.
Man, almost like it's almost like he was trying to lose the game.
Yeah, like he was throwing it. Like he should be investigated by Vegas, bro. Like I should have been making money betting against the spread all this time. I feel like an idiot.
You know, and you can really come to that thought process based on what he's done the past few games. It's like, dude, what are you? And then to get up after the game and say it like, hey man, I'll stick with that decision. I'll do it again. Man, you got some other alternative that you trying to throw these games or something. What the hell is wrong with you?
Well, and that's our meatheads, Ace, our meatball media, because he was saying that, and he was like, yeah, and we got up there, and basically, had he not had 3 years of his stupidity, I would be bumping for him a little bit here, bro. But I can't, because at that point, you're watching your quarterback up there, and he's steady changing the play. That's all Caleb's fault, but he's a rookie. It's still his fault, rookie or not.
Yeah.
You have to call a timeout once he gets to that. Once he gets to that red time with like 18 seconds left and it looked like that play wasn't going to get off, that's where the head coach has to call timeout, or one of your 8 captains.
If he was calling an audible, which he was.
Yeah, he was up there audibly.
But he knew based on the time that he already let slip off the clock.
Yes.
That you wasn't going to be able to stop the clock with the play that he called. So he calls one where it's just like, hey, we either going to win the game or we ain't. Just going towards the end zone.
Well, because he changed. I really feel like
the timeout should have been called immediately when he got sacked.
Fine. Caleb, but this is a learning lesson for Caleb. Because if I'm on that team, I'm pissed at him. I know they practice these situations.
Baby.
And everybody, all the coaches said, even Plant Komet, we're supposed to run that play that was called from up there. Caleb was already changing stuff. I think he was looking at the game clock. He was looking at the play clock as opposed to the game clock as far as how much time he had, because he was chilling. That dude was up there chilling, bro. He let that clock run down. It's Eberflus's fault.
But the play clock, play clock is right in front. Well, yeah, play clock instead of game clock. You got it.
Because he can see both of them.
In the end zone right in front of him. And that's probably what he was looking at. I mean, come on, coach, though. You gotta you see.
He can see both of them. He can see both of the play clock and the game clock.
Yeah, but I'm suggesting that he wasn't paying attention to the right one. Something happened, man.
He was impressed.
Well, let's talk about what happened. All of these things, I've been doing my homework all week. So all of this stuff and this information is coming out.
The quarterback draw was a dumb call. Go ahead. I'm going to throw it to you right now. We're going to give you a close-up. But that damn quarterback draw, why not just run a draw play to Swifty?
Yeah. No, look. Let me tell you this stuff that's been going on. And more of it keeps coming out. So we know how Jalen Johnson went in on him after the game in the locker room.
Him and other players.
Yeah. And they told Flus he had to leave. Told him he has to leave. Now, it's coming out that this ain't on Poles. Poles wanted to get rid of him after the New England game.
And I said that last week. I asked y'all, do y'all really think Poles is in control? I said either he's an idiot or this is coming from upper management.
He's not in control, and neither is the brother from the Big Ten. Neither one of them.
I'm glad y'all
I'm
glad y'all can listen to the pink media and not TATN. Go ahead.
Do you know who gave the order for them to stand down?
Yeah, McCaskey.
Yeah, the little with the funny mustache.
That's what I've been saying.
He's telling them, no, we can't. No, we can't. No, we're going to keep him.
Yeah.
Until it reached the boiling point. I even think he was out there in the parking lot, and the fans was going in, telling him, like, you got to get rid of Flus.
Summer gun.
You got to get rid of Flus. And he's like, I know, guys. I know. Well, you should have did it when your boys came and told you. If this was his boy, Poles, and he comes to you after that New England game and says, hey, man, we got to make a move. They too busy trying to stick with tradition. No, well, let's do it. Let's do it when the season. No, man, no.
They too busy being cheap. Their tradition is cheap. They don't fire coaches because they don't want to pay coaches to not coach. Right. They're cheap.
Oh, he's still on the payroll, so we don't have to, but not looking at it like, hey, we got this assistant that we can put forward. It ain't going to be no big raise or anything. He's auditioning to try to get the job anyway.
You're on the contract already.
Yeah,
what you heard here first on TATN. I was like, we love Colored Brown after that first game. You know what I mean? Yeah. We were saying it's too quick, but hey.
And I've been doing more homework. It is very slim chance that he's going to end up the head coach. The person who's deciding who's going to have the decision is the Big Ten guy, right?
Warren, yeah.
Poles don't get he gets the help and collaborate, but he is not his decision. It's going to be the Big Ten guy.
But rumor is if we get Ben Johnson, Detroit's going to get Colored Brown, and Colored Brown's going to be their offensive coordinator. And so you got to ask yourself, how good would Colored Brown look if he was coaching that Detroit team with that line and all that talent around?
Who knows? But it's slim chances unless they show out offensively or as a team more so. Over these past, how many games we got left? 5?
5 games, man.
So it's gonna take, if the team looks different in terms of, not necessarily, because I mean you can't do nothing but with the players you got right now, but in terms of execution at certain situations and things like that, he's gonna have to go all out for them to really consider him to be the next head coach next year.
Correct.
He's got to go all out.
I would like a situation where you got Ben Johnson and Ben Johnson keeps Colored Brown on as his OC and let Ben Johnson manage it and oversee the offense. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with Colored Brown doing some, because then they can collaborate.
It'll be tough because he would have to. Most when they come in as head coaches, they want to bring in their own people. So it's hard to take a guy from a team like Detroit and say, hey, we want you to come coach this team, but the offensive coordinator got to be this guy. You see what I'm saying? It's a little tough because he can go, it's going to be everybody wanting him, and they'll be like, no, you can pick your whole staff. You see what I'm saying? So it might be
plays, it really doesn't matter. If he wants to be one of the coaches that calls the plays, doesn't matter what he is. He just wants a bright mind,
Correct.
Well, that's
and if he knows, and if he knows that Detroit is interested in this guy replacing him in Detroit, then he might be able to say, look, we have an asset right here, and we have an offensive coordinator that the offense is responding to. Let's keep him doing what he's doing, and you know what I mean? And that way we can keep them both. And if this Ben Johnson don't work out, because you guys like bringing in these flashy, hot, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, drop-dead gorgeous guys year after year, like they're going to somehow, you know what I mean? Then they come in and stink the place up, and you kind of realize it was the head coach talking about knocking knees off that was motivating that team. But go ahead, Ace. I'm going to throw it to you, and then Diesel.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a list of candidates, and it looks like Warren is going to be the head of it. I don't know what this means to Poles' position within the organization, because Warren wasn't here when the last coach was decided upon. So it was on Pookie Poles to pick a coach, I guess, and vet the coach. And he vouched for him at the end of last season.
Thank you.
Vouched for him for a few weeks ago.
Thank you.
For the fact that he vouched for them for Eberflus several times. And, I don't trust his decision-making and picking coaches. And, he's halfway there and picking players. So I believe that, Warren, it's time for Warren to step in as a president of the organization and turn this thing around and make it look like the class organization that was the vision when all these guys were brought in.
Well,
First off,
you know what?
Poles would have been told you got to win 9 games with these decisions you're making, or you're fired. And I think Warren has lost confidence in Poles. Go ahead, Diesel.
You know what? I don't have a problem with him
Doubling down on Eberflus, keeping him around with your generational quarterback.
Well, it was all dependent, because what he should have said was, hey, listen, you gonna the decision of his coordinator. That was the issue. So the dude that he brought in, well, no, because Eberflus is, but he, you don't know, because a lot of these coaches, they're first time coaches before they get good. They're their first times. All of these guys.
Every coach
good.
is a damn first time coach.
They had to go through the process. So
but they don't know
if he's capable or not. But based on last season, I mean,
bro, he blew all them games. We lost 4 straight games in the beginning of the season. We should have won at least 3 of those. Like last season, we won 7 games. We were all saying that was a 10-7 ball club, bro.
Yes.
With a good head coach. We all saw that.
But his first season, right? So you're saying
no, that was his second season.
No, that wasn't his first season with the Bears.
No. He's the first year was a rebuild, and everybody gave him a pass because they didn't have any talent.
First year for winning 3 games.
Yeah.
Well, even still, I wasn't too upset with him getting, still being that issue, depending on the coordinator. And we didn't know how to coordinate.
Because you believe that the team rallied behind him when they really rallied behind JF1 last season. That's why they played that tough.
Nah, because we won 2 games with the backup. So, I mean, there wasn't no Fields out there. Bilbo Bajan was.
Are you telling me the team did not rally behind Fields last season?
No, I think they was just playing. I don't think they was rallying behind him. I don't.
In spite of the quarterback and in spite of the head coach.
It was in spite of Fields to me. You're like, okay, you want to go run. But I don't think they was rallying because of Justin Fields. No.
So then why did Poles keep the coach? According to him, he kept the coach because they rallied behind Eberflus.
Man, that's because he came, like, where he came from with them. And I didn't know they had the same damn agent. So all of that was like corruption. "Quote unquote corruption." You had a bias with them.
In my humble opinion, the team, the fans all rallied behind Justin. They were all dialed in. They wanted to keep Justin. I'm not saying they were right, but that's what they did. The whole media.
I know it was a lot of them saying that they wanted him, but I mean, hey.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that was the quarterback they had, right? That was their quarterback. It's in the past. That was their quarterback. They liked him. He was a leader in the locker room. He was one of the captain. They were building a team around him. The whole media was like, this guy can't do this guy can't do that. They were balling. You know what I mean? And could have been for Justin.
We wasn't balling. We was winning some games, but we wasn't balling.
As you can see, it's tough to win an NFL.
And a lot of guys, coaches will be your guy. Coordinators can be certain guys that they like and they get let go. It's the same thing with players, man. Like Jordan, he loved Doug Collins. It's like, hey, certain guys can be your guy and that you rather have them there than not there. But sometimes
it's called locker room dynamics. It's called mojo. And they killed the locker room dynamics, bro. In my opinion, they erred when they said, because Ryan Poles came out and said the way the team rallied behind him and the way they closed it out at the end of the season. I'm like, no, they was rallying behind Justin, bro. That's what you do in the locker room. Nobody cared about Eberflus. Now
I'll say this now. Last year, them players were saying that they did like him. You didn't have him. You did not.
This year's a nice guy.
But they were saying last year they had his back. They liked him. They thought he was a good coach.
That's your boss. What are you gonna say when somebody asks you about your boss?
Because the same thing they've been doing this year. They've been going in like, hey man, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing in these situations? He's still their boss, but they was going in. So
They
once
did
you
that.
get
They went in this last week, 2 weeks. That's it.
no, this been going on for some weeks. They've been disgruntled. It just didn't come out to us. They
Well,
kept
that's
it
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
locker room
So if it hadn't come
for
out, we
weeks.
can't comment. We can't
Right.
comment.
We don't know. But
Right.
now that we're getting this information, like I said, polls had seen
So
enough.
using your analogy, they could have felt that way last season too. That this guy's an idiot. It doesn't take players long to figure out they got an idiot at the helm.
Well, if you're winning though, it can alleviate a lot of wrongs that are going on at the same time.
Weren't winning.
No, I'm saying the second half of the season you start winning. So maybe things that you have been seeing, you're like, man, we can let that ride for right now. You see what I'm saying? Winning will alleviate a lot of the bad stuff that's going on until you get like a loss and it bring you back to earth.
Well, it didn't. It didn't alleviate what was going wrong with Justin. That's for sure. We'll make that clear. All right. So look, I want to talk about this. Cole Kmet.
Company plan.
First round pick. I was told he was going to be the next Kelsey. Not by you guys. You know what I'm saying? But when he was drafted, bro, why does this veteran not know how to run a rub play? Did anybody?
He's a fucking block whiffer. Do you see him? Do you see this guy? Every time I see him on the line when it's a play
But
that
before
they
we talk
bust
about
in the line, he's a block whiffer.
I want to talk specifically that this guy gets 2 penalties on big plays because he doesn't know how to run a rub play, which is a pick play. He literally sits there and hits. To your point, Diesel, he don't block, but when he's running a rub play, he thinks he's supposed to be blocking. There's a veteran captain who did this twice in one game. Why is he still on the football field?
That's what else do you have?
You can't. What you gonna put Mr. False Start Lewis out there? The guy who's really a mole for the Packers?
No, that other guy we just picked up.
The one that we got from San Diego should be playing more. Gerald Everett. Because Cole, all you got to do, you run that route and then just do like this. Man, and the dude still got to go around you.
Yeah, just run your route.
Run your route, and if you see him coming into you, just go back. He's still gonna go around you just like they do to avoid those crackback blocks now. They go back like this, and the dude to go around him.
But it
still works.
So, Ace, you're a coach. After the first one, Paul had that look on his face like he don't know why they called it. Where's the tight ends coach? Where's somebody to be coaching them up? I saw a Detroit player did something dumb on the sidelines, and he's sitting there trying to justify it. Man, it was on his bum. They was like, bro, you know what I mean? He was steady speaking his case, and guess where he was? On the sideline.
Yeah, winning football team. We're not.
Yeah, they was cutting when he did something to get a personal foul.
He threw the ball in Stevenson's face.
Yeah. And look, I mean, Caleb missed a few throws, right? Some of them throws that he missed, he was getting hit right as he was throwing it. Receivers, though, I'm more mad with some of these receivers, man. They be dropping ball. Man, I be counting like 3, 4 a game where it's hitting them, and these are like big play, like third downs made up and everything. Right in the hand. DJ Moore missing them.
Tough season.
Man, Odunze, man, I'm like,
or when they do, and then when they do catch the ball, they could turn around and get 10, 15 extra yards. They be run out of bounds. They be cutting the wrong way. The only one, but Keenan Allen was balling. He was balling.
He did that one drop, but then he came back and made up for the drop. He had a big drop too, but he came back and made that and caught that touchdown pass.
And was running those nice routes and the one Caleb threw to him and he didn't just fall and was able to get in the end zone. It's a lot of plays like that. Our receivers don't even be trying to make, man. The only one DJ is the only one that be trying to make a play after he catches the ball, bro.
If he's not disgruntled. So I watch him. It's like he go through the game and pieces of the game he seems disgruntled and don't care, drop the ball, whatever. Then other times he's playing like a Pro Bowler out there, can't be stopped. And I'm like, dude, man.
Caleb puts him out there sometimes on some of those throws. That one throw,
he gonna miss some. He gonna miss some throws, right?
But he's talking about those medicine balls, bro. Yeah, you can miss throws, bro. But I'm gonna be disgruntled when you set me up.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
talked
if you
about
setting you up to get
we've been
hit.
talking about this for a long
But
time
when
now.
he's hitting you and there's nobody within a 5-yard radius and it's a clear first down and you drop the ball, I mean, come on, man. Then I'm gonna start looking at for the rookie over you. If you keep doing that, like, damn, dude, come on, you a vet, you got the skills. Help me out. Help me help you. Right?
Well, he was disgruntled because the guy wasn't looking for him until they got Thomas Brown. Now that they got Colored Brown as offensive coordinator, he's actually looking for DJ Moore and he's getting them the ball. And I'm seeing some great progress, and I'm happy for that.
I'm seeing progress. I'm just still seeing from this receiver core too many drop balls that are very, very catchy.
Ace, you hear this, Ace? Go ahead, Ace. I'm
Very.
gonna throw it to you because this is all we've been saying about JF1 and the bums he had dropping passes last year. I'm throwing it to Ace. We don't need a rebuttal on that.
Yeah,
because
you hurry
them
up and
bums,
throw it to
because
him.
those
Hurry up and
bums
throw
were
it to him.
because those bums were
No, he
dropping
don't
the
throw
ball
catchable
too.
balls. He don't throw catchable balls, man.
Oh my God. Go ahead,
All
Ace.
he want to do is throw howitzers.
Go ahead.
Those guys were bums he was throwing to. I mean, how many of them on the NFL team right now? Come on, man. Just besides special teams or getting water for the
Mooney. You got Mooney and DJ Moore and Komet. Them
When's
three
the last
people
time you heard
he's
anything about Mooney? That was about
Mooney's been balling in Atlanta. I've been hitting his props every
Bro,
week.
y'all keep bringing that up, man. So what? Justin was balling in Pittsburgh. My point
He
is,
ain't balling. He's riding the bench, man. He should be.
Mooney was coming off of a injury last season. He wasn't the same.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Nah, he wasn't hurt that much, man.
I mean,
he might miss a game or so.
You got a guy you just gave
been.
$1 million to. You got a guy that's making $13 million, and you got a rookie that's drafted number 9 in the draft, and all of these guys are dropping.
Mooney is damn near if he might make the pro.
Okay, so that's Pose's fault. It's another error by Pose. Pose could have resigned.
Yeah, Fields. If Fields can't get him the ball, then.
But he moved off Fields, and he knew he was moving off Fields, so he could have kept Mooney. But Mooney wasn't a Pose guy.
No. The quarterback let him down. The quarterback we had last year made him look bad, so he didn't want to keep him.
But shouldn't you know that? If you know that, shouldn't the GM know that then? Isn't that his job?
He made him look bad.
Made him look bad.
Made him look bad. Can't get him the ball, throwing him howitzers every time.
Shouldn't the GM know that? If you know it?
Well, he probably said, hey, we can get somebody just as good for cheaper or the same price. I got no problem with the receiving core that he brought in. I just want him to catch the ball more out of all of them. Excluding Komet, because I don't care about this dude no more.
Yeah, well, you threw that in when you were talking about who Justin had. You said he had Komet, Mooney, and DJ Moore.
Yeah,
he had
did.
Komet.
I don't care about Komet this year because he don't block worth nothing on any plays.
And he don't make football plays either, man. He's still doing that same dumb stuff he was doing when Justin was out there. Man, it was a play when Caleb was frustrated. Mr. Caleb was frustrated at him. You know what I mean? Like, what is this guy doing? You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to say this.
We could trade him. I
had a text. I said, that generational C word has got to put his head down and get that first. I'm afraid cats are starting to make. Now, this is in the first half. He was running, and we needed a first, and he didn't. And
slid, right?
Come on, bro. Like, I don't want everything to be he's a rookie. The rookie can't learn if you don't point out stuff that the rookie's not doing. Otherwise, we're just wasting a season. He did learn, though. In the second half, he was putting his head down and getting those first downs, bro. I even texted Ace that I believe, because Ace was saying he wasn't sure if Caleb is a bear. And I was saying Caleb's a dog, because he showed me he gets hit like that illegal, like that hit he took. He gets up. But Ace,
he's getting hit hard.
I was agreeing with Ace. I was like, man, I don't think this guy's a bear. But to the second half.
Yeah.
He's a second half bear.
He's second half bear. First half, he's a USC Trojan.
All you could ask is for the quarterback to put you in a position to win.
Yes.
Have those drives when you need to have a chance to try to win the game. After that, whatever happens, you want to make it where you're not to blame if we end up losing the game, right? So he's been doing it. He keeps putting them in positions to win, coming back when they down. I mean, down multiple scores. We don't never see the Bears coming back down
But
two
Ace,
touchdowns in the second half.
Ace, do you remember we used to have these conversations? And I'm actually going to start pulling the tape and making short videos. I have to, because we were having these conversations, and yeah, you have to win in spite of Eberflush.
Right.
You know, that was the problem we've been having all these seasons, and it took people a long time to see it. They scapegoated Getsy, they scapegoated Shane Waldron, they scapegoated JF1, they scapegoated everybody. I thought they was gonna have Pookie from New Jack City and scapegoat him. It was all Pookie's fault that Ice-T's mom got killed. But yeah,
scapegoat day. Yeah.
So we've been having these conversations, you know, ad nauseum, and it just sounds repetitive, bro. There were times, bro, when our team was in a position to win multiple times last season. That's why he's losing all these close games, and they all weren't Justin's fault. That's all I'm saying. They all weren't Justin's fault.
No, they weren't all his fault. No,
you know,
no. There were certain games where the defense.
Yes,
couldn't get a stop
on
third downs, and you running base defense, third and longs, and not trying to put pressure on them.
Yes, or you're going for it on fourth when you should have took the field goal. You know, stuff like that, and they weren't making it. You know,
yeah, it wasn't. No, don't get me wrong. No, the only thing I've ever had with Fields was his ability to throw the ball, to me, wasn't going to go any further than what it was already.
My only knock on Fields was his long release.
His mechanics and with his mechanics, he just wants to bullet the ball too much.
He had to, because by the time you do all this, everybody's jumping on that receiver. You know what I mean? Yeah, so he had to.
Yeah,
but he separation, and his coaching staff wasn't teaching him how to fix his mechanics.
No, they wasn't teaching him, but I would just wish the Bears would have tried to utilize him running more the previous 2 years, the last year and the year before. Once you've seen what you had, if you said to yourself,
but this is what we were saying, but the narrative was, we got to see what he can do. We got to see what he can do this year, so we're going to have him throw 35 times a game, even though we suck. That was the problem. And that's head coaching. That was a organizational failure. Yeah, they were doing the same thing to Caleb. We're going to throw everything at him because he's generational. He's not like the other guy. You still have to develop this guy, and that's what Brown's been doing. He simplified it for him. You got this look, you got that look, you know what I mean, and take off and go. That's fine as long as we're moving the chains and winning football games, bro. Eventually, Brady wasn't Brady his first 4 seasons.
No, he wasn't. No. He wasn't that. And this is why I get mad when people say, hey, get off of that rookie. Do you hear these guys? Do you hear these NFL people talking about all the rookies? Man, they're week to week like a Richter scale, and these guys jump bandwagons, be party proper saluting them from week to week. Just listen to them. They're like, oh my God, he's the second coming. He's this, he's that. Oh, he's trash.
But they was riding Jaden Daniels all the first 7 weeks. That's what you
now you hear them saying, oh, he's starting to come down. He's not the same guy. He's this, he's that. CJ Stroud. Oh, he's come back to earth. He's not the same dude. What's going on with him this season? So again, when they're young, especially in the rookie season, you can't now they're all trying to anoint Bo Nix as the greatest thing to come out out of this rookie class. Whatever. I was like, the hell are you guys talking
Hold on,
about?
we got some 313. I think they from the Big D. Wheezy D is in the building. He said Caleb's a lot tougher than I thought. I'm taking him over Love going forward.
Yeah, he is. He is tough, man. He was taking hits. You remember how Jay Cutler used to get killed?
Bro, I said he was tough after the first game. His smug. He came in. He was getting racked up the first 3 games of the season, and he just kept getting up. I'm like, this guy's got to be concussed and delusional. And that's why I was like, at least he's a Bear. Because that was my only concern. You could draft a guy and he could be talented. That don't mean he's a dog.
He's tough. He's tough. Yeah. He's tough. But Eberflus, man, I promise you, man, I was like starting to say, man, I think this dude trying to throw the game.
Hey, Weezy said we're not getting there, Ben Johnson. Well, and see, here's another thing about bringing in a flashy offensive coordinator. You're going to lose him.
Yeah, somebody's going to get him.
Somebody's going to pay him way more than the Bears would. So
yeah,
I really think you got. I wouldn't even try to get him because I know somebody else is going to pay.
You and even bring him in and sit down. And maybe that's why Warren is taking over this coaching search, because he's like, Post, you ain't even talking to Harbaugh. You told me not to even talk to Harbaugh, and he was in the Big Ten with me, destroying everything, and you told me not to even talk to him.
No interest in Daniels. No interest in this quarterback.
Yeah.
But whoever they get, I think he should be an offensive-minded head coach, whether it's from a coordinator or a QB coach or something. His whole mindset should be an offensive mind to help develop this guy with whoever else that you have with your staff on board.
They're talking about Belichick.
No, he's a cancer. He's a cancer.
The only reason I don't want Belichick
He'll reset your whole organization.
Well, because he runs a 3-4, and that now we got to start changing up personnel, and and we're 4-3, man.
Yeah, and he's older, and you hear him in some of his interviews and stuff, man.
He would be on Caleb's bum. Yes,
he's
he's a coach. But he holds them all accountable to the same standard.
Accountability and pedigree.
Yes.
No, I'm not mad at how he holds people accountable. It's some of the other stuff that he says and does. Like do you see how for years, Brady was help covering up a lot of the flaws that they may have had. He only wanted to draft like defensive guys for the most part. He was drafting now because he had Brady. You see what I'm saying? And they was cheating. So he's totally
defense wins championships.
It helps you win championships. It ain't the only part, right? So and especially in this day and age in the NFL, you need to be able to score.
No.
He look what he did with New England the last few years.
If you got
that was his defense.
That's right.
No, they wasn't shit offense or defense.
The
last few years. His whole team was garbage. Look
at Detroit. How are they winning?
Detroit, they scoring. They score. They got an offensive line and they score. No, their defense be suspect.
You better look up their defense
ain't all that. It's better than what it was the previous couple of years.
Yeah, they got one of the top 5 defenses. They don't give up points in the second half. Look, okay, go ahead.
That's from what they drafted. That's from what they drafted.
And they run the football without running back that we didn't want.
They got the #1 scoring team in the league.
Yeah, they run the ball.
And they keep the ball from the other team.
No, I'm not disputing whether they run, but they run and pass. And they lead the league in scoring.
They lead the league in play action because they run the damn football and they play defense.
The Lions are they're 10th overall in defense. 10th. The Bears who we gush over are 19th overall in defense. Okay. Right. The top Eagles are #1 in defense. The Titans are #2. The Broncos are #3. The Texans are #4. The Niners are #5. The Jets are #6. The Steelers are #7. The Dolphins are #8. And you got the Chiefs at #9. And then you got the Vikings and the Lions right there. You know, what I'm saying is they're a top 10 defense, bro.
I'm not saying that their defense is garbage, but they not all of that. They winning these games because of their offensive line. They can run the ball and they can throw the ball. And they put up points. They lead the league in scoring.
That's what I just said. They run the ball and then they run play action out running the ball.
No, but you're not giving them credit for all of the points they score. They lead the league in scoring. What part of that don't you understand?
But you can't score without the ball. What part of that you don't understand?
That's ball control when you need to.
No, you have to get the other team off the field, and that was the reason why Justin couldn't get into a rhythm, because he had the worst defense his first 2 seasons. And so a quarterback.
No. Justin's last 2 years, the Bears defense wasn't the worst.
Oh, stop it! Not until we got
What was their defense ranked last year? What was the Bears defense ranked last year? You can stop that right now. I ain't gonna let y'all cap. Y'all just
we're not gonna just talk about last year. And we're talking about his career. That's what I said. You said last year.
Look up the year before.
And look at last
and the year
year and
before.
look at the wins. Okay.
Tell
all
me
right.
what the defense was last year overall.
Bro, we had a historically poor defense. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Top NFL defense. And we're not going to just start at last year. We're going to start at 2023. We're going to start there. We're not going to just talk about last year. Okay. So the Bears, that's when we led the league in rushing. In 2023, the Bears were 12th overall in defense in 2023. Was that last year?
Yes, 2023, last year.
All right.
12.
Middle pack.
They
Correct.
were 11th. They were 11th. I'm looking at it. Well, no, I take that
No, they
back.
were 12, and
They were
won,
12 overall.
and they won 7 games, and they should have won 9 last year easily. We can all say they should have been at least 9-8, 10-7, right?
Yes.
But Eberflush flushed us. Now let's go to the year before that. Let's go to the year before that. The Bears were 32nd in defense, and no one's talking about this. They were 32nd in defense. And let's go to his year before that.
Let's go before.
Well, he wasn't starting all them games the year before that.
And this is all I'm saying, bro, is all of that matters. And that's what Belichick was talking about in some of his interviews. He was saying all this talk about getting wide receivers to help your quarterback be better. He's saying the best way to help your quarterback is to have a great defense so that the pressure is not on the quarterback all the time and your offense can get into some rhythm. Bro, we had a historical poor defense that season, man. Awful. And we sat here on this show and talked about it, bro. But all they did was blame Justin for all those losses.
It's Justin's fault, so they got him out of here.
And RD didn't turn the corner until we picked up Sweat last year, bro. That's when they became, and that was already what? Week 6?
I think it was later than that.
So, we don't want to talk about Justin. All right, here we go. I said, please hire me. Wait. All right, let's go back. All right. With analytics, I wouldn't even have hired a kicker or a punter on the roster. Like, why? If the analytics is so important, why does anybody have kickers and punters anymore? It's a waste of roster spots. It's a waste of a roster spot, bro.
And Mercedes Lewis is a waste of a roster spot.
I said, hire me for head coach. I'd do it for $45 per hour, billing 75 hours weekly, plus housing allowance in a 2022 Range Rover. This Ryan Poles, Trace Armstrong.
17th. They were 17th in 2021. So 17th, 32nd or whatever. I ain't sure what it was the year before. And then they were
next year, wasn't it?
They were last year they were like, what did we say? 10th or 11th?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been like right in between. If you average it all out, them 3 seasons, bad, middle of the better than average, and then slightly below average. So it's like right in middle of the pack overall for them 3 seasons that he was here.
And you gotta look when Poles got rid of all the defensive players and
yeah, man,
contracts.
Got rid of Montgomery, and you know what I'm saying? All that matters.
Running back.
All right, but what about the BS horse collar call? Did anybody see that, man? They call it on Gordon, bro. Like this stuff be the
Dude, we don't get
man.
penalties, man. We don't get none of them penalties.
We get the worst calls every game.
They call us for all
maybe
kinds
the
of
Raiders. Big ups to the
holdings,
Raiders fans.
Shifts, false starts. We don't get them calls. Other teams get those calls.
Quarterback, we never get any of those. I think we need a drop dead gorgeous quarterback.
Now, Diesel, I did say my boy DJ Moore had to catch that ball. It was thrown a little behind him, but you're getting paid way too much money. That's 3rd and long. Caleb got you the ball. I did text that. He's got to catch that ball. 100%.
Yeah. He dropped like 2 balls that game that I watched.
And if they're going to be dropping it, to Ace's point, where's the other guy that's on the roster that we don't even use? We might as well trade him or cut him.
Tyler Scott.
Tyler Scott.
4th round pick.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see though, because with this guy now in control, if Tyler Scott is doing what he's supposed to do in practice, he should get time.
We got Jim's recovery in the building, and he don't have that Packers crap. Can we get an FGB out of you? Can we get it? Can we get an FGB?
I'm just listening to y'all. I'm just listening.
We appreciate your support.
I'm gonna intervene at one point, but I'm listening. I'm listening.
But can we get an FGB out of you?
No, BGB. Beat
What's
Green Bay.
Y'all
need to change the culture. Y'all keep saying FGB and you can't
Green Bay.
You hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we getting it on record. Y'all who? When you say y'all, you mean Bears fans?
I mean, hey, I'm a Bear fan, man. Y'all just don't know it. Y'all, I don't know where y'all get these numbers from.
FGB?
Y'all way off. Y'all way off, man.
No Bears fan has a damn Packers pennant.
BGB. Beat Green Bay. That's what we need to be talking about. BGB. Y'all keep saying FGB, and y'all jinxing them.
All right. So 2 minutes left. We were down. Okay, Flus is looking bewildered. So I made a note. It was 2 minutes left. We were down 3, and we were at the 50. And that's when they showed Eberflus, bro. He was over there doing nothing. There was like a timeout. He was just over there looking like bewildered, bro. They had it was like a movie. I'm like, I had never seen anything like that, man.
He was like Coach Klein from the water. Is this happening again?
Man, he was looking like, oh my God, please don't let us go down there and score and take the lead.
Yeah.
We don't want to take the lead.
Overtime. We don't even want to go to overtime because my record's horrible.
We want to lose this game in the worst way possible. Please don't go down.
He's like, oh my God, not another close game. I can't deal with this.
I got to get a haircut next week, man. I mean, this is, overtime is going to delay that because we got we got a short week.
Ace, when we got the ball down in there, because he came out there and started blaming the offensive line for the hands to the face, which, but what I was saying, once we got down there, bro, they had 2 timeouts left. Any coach right here, Coach on Madden knows when you get down in there and you can win, you got to get the timeouts because I brought him up on Madden. You got to get my timeouts out of me. So we should have been running the ball. We had the field goal. Yeah. Get those timeouts and then play action off of that.
Put your big strong back in there that they know there's going to run the damn ball. Put that big strong running back out of Texas in there and let him run the ball.
He was hurt. He was out. He was out, and I think after the first quarter he got hurt.
I was wondering where he was.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Well, that was horrible. Horrible. The announcers, they didn't even address that.
So they mentioned it. I think the sideline reporter had mentioned it. Like, they said it so quick that if you wasn't really paying attention, it was like, he was out for the game. So I was like, okay.
Oh, we could have put Khalil Herbert in.
Yeah, you had to go pick him up on waivers or something.
Oh, yeah, we got rid of him.
Yeah, what's up with this one running back? We don't got any more running backs.
Thank you.
Nobody.
Thank you.
There?
Thank you.
Outside of Swift and Johnson,
they
cut the fullback guy.
We cut the fullback. We traded the other running back, and we got another running back on the practice squad.
Yeah.
So there's another Pookie Poles decision.
Now you guys are praising the generational quarterback. You can't ignore his overall performance, but the rating was high. But he was 20 for 39, bro. Like, that's not telling me he's accurate. He was 20 for 39. There's a lot of games like this. His completion percentage is subpar, bro.
Well, he was getting
to be so accurate.
You gonna be who you talking about?
Caleb.
Caleb.
He was 20 for 39. We'll get to his stats. Go ahead.
He missed some throws, but he was getting hit on a lot of throws too.
He threw a ball in the dirt, man, in a crucial situation down there before that 2-minute warning. Man, he rolled out to the left. He threw the ball right in the dirt, man.
But if you watch the play closely, he got hit at the same time. You can't really see it when you're watching the regular gameplay, but when they showed the replay, it was like, how could he miss that damn throw? The dude was wide open.
He's wide open.
He was getting hit though, kind of low at the same time. So, he missing some throws, but they wasn't doing a whole lot of helping on throws that he was putting right there. Every throw the quarterback make ain't gonna be perfect to you. But if that thing's hitting you in the hands or your chest pads or something, you should be coming down with them balls.
How did Roshan get hurt? Because he didn't even have a carry. DeAndre,
he got a concussion. He got a concussion. I remember when they said, I don't know what the play was. I don't know what it was.
Because to Hugo's point, Swift had 11 carries for 39. Nobody else carried the ball except for him and Caleb Williams. It's 2 straight weeks of this, bro. Like what?
I think it might have been, I don't know if it was a special teams play or something, but he got a concussion. You can pull it up. He took a concussion.
But they
it was like in the first
quarter. Off the practice squad, man. They got Williams already running scared, and they got him. He damn near the leading rusher. He get his yards off of because the offensive line ain't blocking. They not really designed runs, and then they trying to do designed runs with him.
Hey, you can't come on here and say nothing bad about Williams with Diesel on here, boy. He gonna get on you.
Oh no, if Caleb, if he messing up,
you can't say nothing bad about Caleb.
No, if Caleb is messing up, I go in on. He was missing throws. He was missing, but he was also a lot of the plays he's getting. I mean, and again, it goes back to why are you calling all of these pass routes all the way down the field? You got to call some slants or whatever that's getting rid of the ball quick. You can't keep calling all of these 10 and 15-yard routes.
Well, I noticed he has a problem because I didn't watch the game live. I watched it again. I watched it later on that night. Yeah. And I noticed he has a problem with his check downs. He don't take what the defense gives him a lot of times. A lot of times Swift be coming out the backfield, man, he be like 5 yards wide open. You got to hit him, man.
And he don't hit him in rhythm.
What the defense gives him.
He don't hit him in rhythm. And when he does hit him, it's too late and they can't make a play.
But that comes from the coach. The coaching got to develop him into, listen, you got to throw that ball to that check down. When you see your initial reads are covered, you got to let that ball go to the check down and let them run for 4-5 yards.
Yeah.
He's got to get that from the coach. He's got to develop that better.
Well, right now, he and Justin Fields, they have this exact same, and I remember mentioning this, they have the exact same completion percentage. I know the guy's a rookie, but they have the exact same completion percentage in their careers so far. Justin's is 61 point, Caleb is 61.6, and completion percentage is important to me. And Justin is 61.1.
Most quarterbacks, 65%. So I mean, that's no.
But he's generational.
Thing.
Yeah, he's generational.
Well, don't forget to add in that these quarterbacks get sacked the most. I mean, you can go back all the way to Cutler.
Thank you.
Why is it? It's a pattern. Like why is our quarterbacks getting sacked so many times?
Well, DJ just said it.
It just doesn't make any sense.
We don't run the slants. Go ahead,
we don't run those shorter routes consistently.
And we don't run the ball consistently.
When you keep throwing short, kind of quick routes that are being completed for 3 to 5, 6 yards, the people who are rushing you, the pass, they're like, wait a minute. They're going to get tired after a minute. They keep trying to come and there's nothing to run at because you're getting rid of the ball in 2 seconds. There's nothing for them to be sacking. So it comes from the coaching, learning how. I mean, Aaron Rodgers him and Brett Favre, they used to do it all the time. Couple of,
but they was calling them. They was calling those hot. They was calling those hot routes.
We didn't had 5 coaches since Cutler. I mean, what's really going on in this organization, man?
Thank you.
It's the same thing. It's
no thing that we got the top of the chain on down. It's been horrible.
And the offensive coordinator, he don't need to be the head coach.
Who, Color Brown?
I mean, he just not getting a hold of the offense. Why do they got him? Now he's got to be worried about 53 guys.
But
he can't be in the books no more.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No. You got to get rid of Eberflus.
That guy was running the defense.
Well,
I know you had to get rid of Eberflus. So what I'm saying though is you just fired somebody less than a month ago.
But listen,
he's just not getting the offense on track, so to speak.
Let me answer your question. They're doing it as a trial run. This is his trial period to see if he can handle it because he's on the short list for our head coaches. And you heard it right here on Mouthpiece Included first.
No,
3 weeks ago.
I don't like the move.
But that's why they're doing it. I'm just answering your question because they want to
watch
see.
Watch this. So who would have made the head coach right now?
Good question. Well, no, answer the question.
Anybody but him because
anybody but who?
Well,
the water boy.
It's got to be somebody else in the organization to move up.
Making the hot dogs.
Somebody else in the organization. But then I'm gonna take that back because the simple fact you got 10 coaches in the press box with headsets. And they can't communicate down to anybody can talk to the head coach and say, hey, call the timeout.
To an idiot.
They were talking to somebody who's high on the autism scale. I'm telling you, bro.
The most important thing for the organization right now is the development of that quarterback. That you develop him where he's staying there for the next 10 years and you have a potential playoff team each year throughout his duration. So
not
for them to promote,
we go into the playoffs every year once this guy's developed. I've seen enough of him.
But again, he's the most important thing that you got to develop. So you got to get a coach who's offensive minded.
Yes.
Who's going to get outside of the organization in the middle of the season? No, you get this guy.
Well, to his point, they're literally trying to see how he manages the team. He's literally auditioning for the job right now. And I like that because this Colored Brown, who you might not be as high on as me, coach, they talking rumors that Detroit is going to hire him. If we get Ben Johnson, they're going to hire him to be calling the offensive plays.
He's not only auditioning for us, he's auditioning for all the teams in the league to see how he does.
He's a hot name, and if he was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, everybody would be okay with it.
So is he going to be calling the offense next week, or who's going to be doing that?
He's going to have an offensive coordinator, but he's going to have somebody in the booth who he trusts, who's going to be looking at the all-22, but he's going to be calling the game day plays. Yes.
I would even come down on the field. I would stay up there in the booth.
No, head coach got to be down there on the
field. I know.
He got to be there. He got to be there.
I liked him in the booth, though. I ain't gonna lie. I agree with you.
Yeah, man. I like, the booth, man. You know what I mean? He can see everything.
And we finally had somebody professional up there instead of all those idiots.
You got somebody you can trust up there.
Yeah, he'll put somebody up there to say, hey, man, listen, you got to relay all this information to me on point, on cue, no delays. If I ask something, tell me what you're seeing so I can relay this to the people on the field. So, yeah, I think it's a good move because he comes with high colors from other coaches
he colored
who are successful
super color
in the league.
Yeah,
they all give him high praise. And he got a little OJT last year with Carolina.
Yeah.
They just had nothing to work with.
Listen, again, if he was McVay, nobody would be questioning any of this.
McVay loves him.
Of course.
McVay loves him.
He's a McVay. He's from the McVay tree. Yeah. So if you like McVay, why can't you give this guy let me ask y'all this. I've been saying it. If they keep looking good, they got to start winning these games because we got somebody else game managing. How many wins would it take with our offense looking good, the team looking professional as they've been looking lately, except for the head coach? How many W's where you're saying, you know what, I'm going to keep this guy at the helm? Or do you just not trust him because it's all about Caleb Williams and you want to get somebody smart and pink and try to
say we got 5 games, right?
You talking about a team in crisis, man.
We got 5 games left, right? All 4 of them games are 3 more against the division. 1 is the 49ers, even though they ain't all that this year, but they
I'm not going to crown them.
And 1 is the Seahawks.
I'm not crowning
so that's
them.
Like 5 good teams. No, that's 5 good teams. So if we win at least 3 of them under this guy and we look highly competent.
In all 5, we look highly competent.
He should be considered. If we win 4 and we look highly competent, he should be strongly considered.
What if we win all 5?
Then hey man, all bets is off. Then at that point, you got to say, hey man, this dude looks like against you talking about 5 perennial playoff teams. Everybody in our division is a playoff team. Seahawks are a playoff team trying to win their division. And the 49ers, just because they had a few injuries, they probably still might make a wild card. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
we
if you win all
would be
5,
9-8 in that scenario, and knowing that we could have won 4 at that point, we could have been 13, and if we didn't have an idiot as a head coach.
Right.
Yeah.
So
any of these other divisions, they'd be highly competitive against these other teams if we didn't have an idiot as a head coach.
Yeah.
Why did they let him go on the interview? Why did they let him address the media and then fire him after that, man?
It's because of dude, the president, man. I'm telling you. When did we play New England? How many weeks ago was that?
Man, that's when we
2 weeks.
Yeah,
3 weeks.
2 weeks.
They wanted to fire him then, and McCaskey wouldn't let him do it.
After the fail Mary, we were all saying this guy shouldn't even be allowed back in the locker room to do the post game.
And that's a problem with the Bears organization. If you get people that's in charge of everything to do with the team, as far as players and stuff on down,
they need to be in charge.
You can't don't interfere. If they come and say, "I'm letting this guy go," you can't say, "Hey, no, let's wait."
Let's wait and see what
No,
happens.
you can put your suggestion in. Are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to do? But you can't interfere, because then you keep away people. I think that's been an underlying thing with the Bears for years. That people don't want to come there because they're like, nah, man, they're going to be interfering.
Would y'all have stuff? Hey, would your unit have given Eberflus the soap treatment by now? Can you give your drill sergeant the soap treatment? I don't think you can.
They blanket party. Oh, man, listen. He would have got the blanket party probably the last game before
Cole Kmet would have had it a long time.
He would have been. He would have went telling, and would have had them
a big investigation.
Right on the podcast.
Yeah, they hate it.
Right? Did y'all talk about Cole Kmet earlier?
Go ahead. We did, but go ahead. What's your comment? What's your comment?
I was saying that I saw at the beginning of the game he wasn't blocking right, man. He was missing blocks.
He can't block.
He's the block.
He was missing blocks.
He can't block.
He had 2 back-to-back penalties with the pick play, man. Knocked the dude down. I mean, damn, don't he know what?
He sat there. This
guy's from Notre Dame, ain't he? Ain't he from Notre Dame? Ain't he supposed to be smart?
$50 million.
And he threw Caleb under the bus. Oh, yeah, we can't take that sack there. I didn't see what happened, but when I looked up, Caleb was on the ground. We got to find a way not to take you got to find a way not to be blowing these plays.
Right on an interview, we can't have our tight end doing the same penalty.
Yes.
Back to back throughout the thing.
And missing blocks. And missing blocks
on blocks every week, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trading Cole Kmet to the Raiders and take the other tight end that they're not playing and get him Cole Kmet, and they got Kmet and Bowers, and take the other tight end, the Michael Myers guy, and bring him to Chicago and see what the hell we can do.
Why are you shipping them to the Raiders? What made you say
they got
Raiders?
Bowers? They got Bowers.
Oh yeah, we could have drafted him.
About the other guy.
Yeah,
so they might be willing to take him and put him on that bench or whatever the hell they're gonna do with him, and we can have.
Kmet, he's garbage.
Hey, y'all got any other?
Pookie Pauls.
Go ahead.
Do you think Pookie Paul should make it through this offseason? I mean, we're
gonna let him go on a rant, guys.
We got 10th of the team. 10th of the team. Might be more than that. 8th of the team. The players that he has that are unavailable to play this year. We have Velus Jones. We came out of training camp with. Blasingame training.
That's Hall of Fame Jones.
Hall of Fame Jones, whatever the hell you want to call him. He's out of here. Blasingame. You got Davis, the guard that he gave $30 million to.
Highest paid offensive lineman.
Are you kidding me?
On our roster. And
you cut him during the season. You got the
Eberflus's caddy.
Eberflus's caddy's son. They drafted him in the 3rd damn round, hurt, and knew he wasn't going to be able to play. As an offensive lineman, we know we needed a damn center that they needed to draft. It's too much going on. You got Mercedes Lewis, another player who can't play. Tyler Scott, who can't make it on the field. You got too many players that this guy has drafted or that came into this season that are not available to play for your team. You got Khalil Herbert, who we got rid of. all of these guys that made this particular 2024 Bears squad that Pookie Poles put a stamp on, as well as the coach, as well as the offensive coordinator, and you telling me this guy is viable as a general manager? I think it's time for him to go too. That's my rant. But I mean, and you're going into your head coaching search, and your president of the team is saying that he needs to take over the head coaching search as opposed to the general manager picking out the coach and properly the entire staff, vetting the entire staff that's going to coach your team and be responsible for Caleb Williams in the near future. So I think, Kevin Warren is saying, I don't know about this guy.
He can go too.
Kevin Warren didn't hire Poles.
No, right. He didn't. So Poles, I mean, listen, if he got to go, he got to go. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I was shocked to hear was that he and Warren wanted Flus gone after that New England game.
Well,
that surprised me because I didn't know that.
Let me throw it to Hugo because he's not a homer. That's one thing he's not. And I will say this:
he's a great fudge packer.
Well, let me ask you though, Hugo, how does this look? Because you know the history of the Bears. Now we brought in not just a first rounder, we brought in a generational quarterback. Mm-hmm. Now we're replacing the GM and we're replacing the head coach. We're going to bring in another GM who could potentially say, this guy can't run my system. He's not my guy. I need to get my quarterback, and I need to get to hire 2-3 coaches before you fire me. You know what I mean? Why does it take all of that before you fire somebody? Go ahead, Hugo. What's your thoughts?
Well, the Bears always, for the years, never kept a quarterback besides Jay Cutler. No more than 3 years.
Drop dead gorgeous. Smart.
He was
no
free
more
agent.
than 3 years.
He wasn't drafted.
Yeah, but
the Bears went out and they finally made a trade for a quarterback. That was the first time they ever done that in their franchise history.
It gave up 2 first-round picks, and Urlacher said
to get
Urlacher never liked them and said we gave up too much for him. But go ahead.
Now, when you went to Ace's point, when you talk about Poles, well, things eventually break. Life lessons. A roofer. He repairs everybody's roof. When he come home, his roof is leaking. And what happens? House going to cave in, just like a plumber.
The barber always needs a haircut.
Barber always needs a haircut. The plumber, he fix everybody's pipes. He come back home, here's his leak. Same thing. So Poles, he's out of there. It's going to fall, man. It's out. It's a done deal, man. I agree with Ace.
But you're agreeing with them and saying, let's just reset the entire deck and keep repeating the same errors that we've been doing historically as a team.
Well, you can't keep the same, that's for sure. Obviously, you got to make some. They did make some changes, and
How many years has Poles been here?
This is
going on 3.
3. His third.
Yeah.
This is his third year.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
He didn't have Justin Fields. He didn't draft.
No,
Justin
he didn't draft Fields.
He was here with Justin
Fields. Was here.
Years.
This is Fields' 4th year.
This is Poles' 3rd year.
Yeah. Okay. But it's his 3rd draft. How many drafts he had? 2.
He had 2.
I think he had
2 drafts. Wait.
2. I think he had 2.
This year, last year.
No, he had 3 drafts.
He had 3, but he didn't have no first rounders in that first draft.
Yeah, he didn't have no picks in the first.
Team was gutted.
Right.
Now, I feel what he did in the drafts, he did good. The selections weren't all of that. As far as the picks and stuff that he got for us, I like what he did. But as far as what he picked, that's where the issue comes in.
Back to what I was saying, that he was an offensive lineman. So it's just no way you don't fix the offensive lineman, just like I just talking about the plumbing, just like I was talking about the roof. You understand what I'm saying? You an offensive lineman, bro.
I see what you're saying.
He picked the first thing one tackle to be able to in the first one.
You're saying if you're a mechanic, your engine should be humming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your roof should be fixed. Your pipe should not be leaking.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Let me just here's what I broke down. Number 1, Poles and Eberfluss scapegoated JF1. Number 2, this is my case against Poles. Number 2, Poles lies, as Dizo and Ace pointed out, capped to Bear fans, claiming the team rallied around Ibrapus at the end of last season, when in fact, in my opinion, they were rallying around JF1. The local media is complicit for not revealing that. Poles moves off JF1 for only a 6-rounder under the guise of this is best for JF1. He easily could have kept JF1 while our cocky generational rookie quarterback held the clipboard for 9 weeks, assuming we weren't at minimum 6-3 after 9 weeks. You could have stayed with Justin. And so people push back and they say, you couldn't do that. You couldn't. Why? This guy's cocky. He's generational. He's delusional. And I don't think his mind, I don't think that would have affected him. He could have painted his fingernails, learned the playbook, and we'd have had a veteran. Now,
matter of fact, this week that the coaching changed, he's out in damn California getting his number retired.
Yeah. He was at USC yesterday.
Yeah.
They lost. I think they lost yesterday too.
Yeah.
USC.
All right, hold up. Number 4. I just feel like Ryan Poser is soft. He doesn't fit Chicago's mojo. Number 5, this is my points. Ryan Poser never even sat with CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels, or Jim Harbaugh. Never even picked their brains.
Nope.
Number 6, he botched last year's draft, in my opinion. He got Caleb. And, that was like a no-brainer, right? Everybody pretty much knew what Caleb was. But all those other picks that Ace eloquently pointed out have done nothing for the team except for the 4th-round punter. Number 7, free agent pickups. He's getting played like a fiddle. All these moves he's making with the league, they're playing them like a fiddle.
Oh, yeah.
He talks too much. He he comes out there, we're going to win, we're going to take the North and never give it back, blah, blah, blah. That's why the team talks too much. He's smug. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. And for some reason, he thinks he's the smartest guy in the NFL. And to your point, Coach, he didn't even fix the offensive line when he came in under Andy Reid's tutelage. And Andy Reid has never, even when he was at Philly, never had a bum offensive line. All right. And lastly, did I mention, I just don't like the guy. Like, when has Ryan Puss, when have you ever heard him take accountability for anything?
He don't even address the media, dude. He don't even talk.
Nope.
Definitely.
They be looking for him to talk too. The Chicago sports media, they be screaming for him. He don't come out.
But if
he don't come out, he don't say nothing.
I bet if we was 8-4 right now, he'd be talking.
He'd be talking.
Yeah.
He'll be talking.
Yeah. He said he was going to change, the narrative. He's going to, talk to the media, and he wasn't going to be Ryan Pace. But now, as you're taking your lumps as a damn general manager, and your team sucks, and your offensive line sucks, and your draft pick sucks, and your free agent signings suck. Then you want to step back and, I think I need to be quiet until the end of the season, and then we can assess and reevaluate the situation. Or
how much did Sweat make? $100 million.
Yeah,
how many downs did he play?
Yeah, I like Sweat.
Okay.
Yeah, Sweat was balling last game. Yeah. He started balling, bro. Yeah, Sweat. He was hurt.
He don't usually. Sometimes he take himself out the game when he need to be in the game. How did they let him do that?
No, he was hurt. But they have a rotation. But here's the thing: they let Sweat down by not bringing in either a 3-tech or edge rusher. We're using 3rd-round picks on caddies. And that could have been a 3-tech. That could have. So, like, I do blame Flus. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Don't misunderstand me, man. But Flus was put in a very bad position. But even if he was put in a better position, he still would have messed it up because he's not a head coach. He's not head coaching material.
Coordinator.
If that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our grades, man. Well, y'all got any comments? Then we're going to get to our grades for the week, and then we're going to talk about who should be the head coach next year. But any other comments before we do our grading?
No, I mean, I just think that, the McCaskies need to stay out of football operations. If you hire a president for your team, if you hire a general manager for the team, let them run the team. And if they don't do the job, fire them. But don't interfere with their decisions. If they want to fire the coach, if they want to get rid of the coach that they knew they should have got rid of probably last year, and maybe they kept them getting rid of them at the end of last season as well, then let them do their jobs, step back, collect your money, because you're going to make money. You're going to make a lot of money and let the football people run the team.
I think Eberflus is walking away with about 10 million, man. I think he had like 2 more years left on his contract, at least 1 more year. I think he signed a 5-year deal or something, didn't he?
Yep.
Why would they sign a coach to 5 years? The next coach should be a 2-year deal only. That's it.
I'll
man.
tell you why, because they were under the opinion that all of their problems were in Justin Fields.
Yeah.
That was their problem. And so it's disingenuous when people say, well, this guy's way better than Justin and he's going to be better. Yes, that's true. But what they discount what the Hall people were saying. You know what we could have gotten for that draft pick? And do you know, like, we could have a 3-tech now. We could have a center now. We could, like, we would have had so many first round, so many dogs coming in there. And then yes, you could have got your quarterback. Correct. Yeah. You could have got Shador and the Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. And you could have possibly brought Deion Sanders in here as the head coach. But the McCaskies don't want Deion running around. If I was Deion, I'd get my curl back when he comes back. He should get the curl.
Get him a lace front curl wig.
Well, hey, Justin Fields went out and went 4-2. You see that? Yeah. First time over 500 in his career.
Yes.
In his career.
Yes, but all people say is he's on the bench now. You know what I mean? That's all they say. If he was our quarterback, he wouldn't be on the bench. All right, but let's grade our offense. What do y'all grade in the offense? Hugo, what'd you give the offense overall?
C.
Because they were an F in the first half.
They went right.
And
half and half. They didn't play. They played great in the second half. Automatic C. Automatic C right in the middle.
Ace.
I give him a B-.
I'm gonna go with a C+. I'm gonna go with a C+. I'm close to the coach on this one, Ace.
Y'all not even factoring in the missed time out at the end of the game. You got to factor that in.
Coach, you talking about Corchin?
Yeah, that's Corchin. We're getting there. That's Corchin. All right, defense. How are y'all grading the defense? The Detroit ran roughshod on us in the first half. Ace, I'll start with you. What are you grading our defense overall for the game?
Overall, I give them a B. Ooh.
Well, they held that team.
I give them a B- also.
Yeah, they did hold that team down, man. That team's been running through the NFL, and they were at home.
They've been butt raping teams in the NFL. I mean, 50, 40, 60. Yeah, B-.
Porch.
I give him a B+. And the reason why I say the B+, because the big turnover by Stevenson, he redeemed himself.
Didn't he? Because I was like, get him out the game because he was out there playing like crap.
Yeah, they still got to work on top.
I kind of want to say A-, but I'll go B+. B+.
Because they didn't win.
They didn't win, right?
They didn't win, and they don't tackle enough to give them an A.
Anyway. Well, shit. Last week they gave over 100 yards after contact.
Yeah,
but just by not tackling.
Man, they were doing it Thursday, giving up that. But see, I'll say this: worst tackling defense I've ever seen on the Bears. I'm also going to say those linebackers we have, except for the drop dead gorgeous one. Man, they couldn't tackle. They couldn't tackle my late great grandmother. They couldn't, bro. They're not hitting the too. And that's the thing.
They paid, man. Edmonds, what he like 50 million or something? Man.
They do not put their head in there. Hugo, you played football. You know when they double team the lineman, that linebacker's got to come in there and fill that gap. He can't get out there dancing around.
Every rip.
Yeah, he got to put his head in there. Yep.
Every rip.
So I'm going to give it a B. What about special teams? Coach?
Ooh.
And that's another thing. Flus didn't trust. Every person said you can get your special teams because the offensive line stays out there on in the emergency field goal situation. Yeah. So they said it only takes 12 seconds to get the kickoff, and Flus had no confidence. He's an idiot. But
I don't think it was really no special teams play, really.
It is.
It was just basic stuff.
Yeah, and my rule is
we can go with a C.
Yeah, if they haven't made a mistake, I'll give them a B.
All right. I'll give them a C because they didn't. We needed some spectacular plays.
They were average, C.
We didn't get it. Yeah, C. Yeah.
All All right. Coaching. Ace. Coaching.
F minus. I can't give him an F minus because we had an offensive, but offense stuck in the first F.
But they made the adjustments. Let me tell you something else he was
doing.
They
did make the adjustments.
I was ranting, and I hope y'all saw when y'all went back and watched the game. In that first half, we got the ball back, bro. We were down 16-zip. We were getting the dog crap beat out of us. They still got Caleb out there calling plays and this. I think they like garbage time football. That's what I wanted to say when Diesel was here. Whenever Justin will start throwing for yards, Diesel will push back, say, well, that was garbage time, and the team was in to prevent. Caleb's getting a lot of his yards when we're behind, bro. And the teams are just playing the clock.
Yeah. Well, that's a good sign. That's a good sign for him, though. That's a good sign.
So Is it? He's a better garbage time quarterback than JF1 was.
Well, we know we can get somebody to rally us back. He did make plays, so.
Yeah, all right. But all I'm saying, when Justin did it, all they did was say the only reason he was getting those yards is because the other team was playing soft. Like they never gave my man any credit.
Yeah.
Coaching, I'm gonna agree with you guys. What'd you grade it, Ace? Hugo, what'd you grade it?
I'm gonna go with a D just because they did make halftime adjustments. They did come back and defense played better, offense played better, but just down the stretch, that timeout situation. What'd you say, Ace?
Was it halftime adjustments or were they in the fourth quarter?
No, it was halftime
13 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but they came out and scored an opening drive in the second half.
Yeah,
I don't think Detroit scored anything the second half, did they? Was it 3 points or something?
3 points after our first draft in the second.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Coaching, I'm giving
them.
I'm gonna give them, and when we say coaching, you got to consider the offense coordination. So, all right, if it's head coach, I'm giving it an F. If it's overall coaching, I'll say C, because the defensive coordinator and offense coordinator did make some adjustments.
Okay. I go D+.
All right, Captain.
Because of that timeout.
Captain Caleb, Colored Williams. Hugo, you've seen a lot of great quarterback play as a Packer fan. You had your Brent Favre jerseys, had your kids wearing Brent Favre jerseys and Aaron Rodgers jersey. Went out and paid real money for the official jerseys too. I mean, big money. Had your kids showing up to school, private schools on the south side of Chicago wearing Packer gear.
Green and
So you asked me what grade I'm giving them?
Yeah, quarterback.
C.
Wait. Why are you giving him a C? Because he was an F in the first half.
The first half, man, they only had 53 yards. They only had 53 yards, man.
Let me get his stats here.
He's got to take a little bit of responsibility.
Thank you.
Sorry.
He has to take a little responsibility, man. Even down the stretch with that timeout, man. Somebody's got to call a timeout, man.
And he was up there he was up there calling audibles. First of all, why would you call a quarterback draw?
And it looked like that was the offensive coordinator, wasn't it? Or did he change the play?
They call a quarterback draw because they don't have no running backs.
They had Swift. They could have just stepped back and just gave him the ball. That's what teams do. But if they had Justin, they wouldn't have called that quarterback draw. So quarterback, what are you giving him, Ace?
I give him a C.
I'm giving him a B, man.
All right.
B-. I'll give him a B-, bro, because he had a 97.8 rating. He threw 3 touchdown passes. He had 0 picks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
he haven't thrown the pick in what? Man, a long time.
He's
got the Bears rookie record. But
he's got the Bears rookie record. Yeah.
But his completion percentage that game was 51%. That's not good enough on any metric.
No.
It's got to be like 60.
Man, 65. Come on, man. 65.
They're playing in the dome. They're playing inside.
Yeah.
You have to hit passes inside.
Yeah. You're generational. They told us he was generational, Porch.
Yeah. Quarterback and said they couldn't work together. They couldn't keep this guy that we gave away for a bag of damn magic beans and had this guy holding the clipboard behind him because he was generational. It wouldn't work.
And through another year away, we could have went to the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we won 7 games last year, and the way it's trending, we might not do much better than that. Before we do our overall grades, Coach, you still want to see what Bill Bobajan look like, or you gonna stay with the kid? I know Coach. If the kid was Bilbo, Coach would be starting the kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Bilbo was a rookie.
Yeah, I thought he was coming out after that. When I saw that hit when he took on the sideline with the knees, man, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But that was when they was down, right? Wasn't they down? They was down. It was in the first half when that happened.
Yeah.
They didn't give up, though.
But they showed some character. There was a little melee that broke out. Like the offensive line act like they cared. They was going over there like, protecting their quarterback. I like to see that. Overall grade for our performance against the 12-1, many say best NFL team in the league. We were on the road at the end of the day. We were on a short week. Both teams were. Overall grade. I'll start with you, Ace.
I give them a C-. We should have won that damn game. They play hard in the second half, but come on, man. It's every week that they playing hard in the second half. You got to get done in the first half. We got to figure it out. Offensively, you got to get some turnovers in the first half. You got to make those turnovers and the points. So as a team, and this is a team sport, this is football, I give them a C-. They lost.
Yeah, and I hate this attitude of, we'll just discount everything that happened in the first half, and because he brought them back, they say that about LeBron. He only player was down 0-3 and then came back, in finals and won. Well, you know what? That's because he was down 0-3. They hold that against Michael Jeffrey Jordan because he was never down 0-3 in the finals. You know what I mean? You gotta be playing like crap to have to make a big comeback, and you can't discount the bad stuff that was happening. So overall, I'll give the team, they lost, a C+. Coach?
C. I go right in the middle with C.
Yeah,
like I said, you got to come out and
don't you? You
got to come out. You got to establish something, man. You just can't have 11 yards passing and what 30-something yards rushing, man, for the first half, man.
The
you
other
0 for 5 or 0 for 6 on third down. You got to go with the
running backs.
At some point, they had more first downs than we had yards.
Yeah.
So why don't we have 2 active running backs?
They start off too slow all the time, man. So I go with C. C is good. C is because they like I said, they made adjustments at halftime, so they showed something. Usually when the Bears roll over and die, they came back. They've been coming back. So
what
that's
about,
one thing I have seen. So
yeah, they do come back. What about officiating? This is a new metric we added here. Grade the officials.
That's always an F when the Bears are playing.
I'll give it a C. I wasn't pleased with it. I'll give it a C. They cheated us. They cheated us so many ways, and they were trying to cheat. Did you see them, Hugo, out there having that meeting? They was about to come out there.
Oh yeah,
Since it's the Bears, they talked a long time.
Yeah. I thought they was gonna pick that flag up, that pass interference one.
Or when Keenan Allen got his helmet snatched off, and he threw the ball at the ref, and then they gonna call
they gonna call it. Yeah. I go with a C. I'll stick with you with a C.
All right. Now we knew who was Eberflus scapegoat of the week, and then who's you guys' personal? Who are you scapegoating? Who's the reason we lost that game? We'll first start with Eberflus's scapegoat. We always predict Jim. We always predict who Eberflus was going to scapegoat for the week. Him and Komet. I'm going to say Eberflus scapegoated the rookie quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was trying to explain it in the press conference, but he's so stupid that he couldn't figure out how to blame it on Caleb because everybody's like, "You're the damn head coach. Why didn't you call a damn timeout?" So,
and because Caleb is generational, and he can't just throw him under the bus like he was throwing JF1 under the bus.
Right. Absolutely. So
remember, I was saying at Ace, I'm like, this guy has never given a root of confidence for his quarterback. I've never seen a coach do that. Coaches, even if they got a bum back there, they'd be like, this is our quarterback. I've heard Ace say it. He never did that, bro.
Yeah. And until this year when he knew this was the horse that he was riding. He was like,
oh yeah,
this is my guy. This is
I
our
agree.
We can't scapegoat Secretariat.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Caleb Williams. Yes, I agree. I totally
All
agree.
right. And who is you guys' personal scapegoat? If Kevin Warren asks you, who do you blame for the Thanksgiving Day loss? Who do you blame?
Well, that was there's no scapegoat. There's no pointing the finger. It's the apparent truth, and the truth was brought out on Black Friday morning when you fired the head coach and sent him packing. So there's no scapegoat. He was the problem. He is the problem, and we'll see where we go from here. It's Matt Eberflush of good hair, nice beard, living on the lake, flus.
Eber fails.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Well, I'm going with the coaches. I'm going with all the coaches because they all got headsets. Anybody can hit the button and say timeout, and you got to include your offensive coordinator. What's his name? Brown Thomas, whatever his name is.
Up in the box.
He's up in the box. He can zoom right in there. He's supposed to have the offensive coordinator.
Well, here's the thing.
They cut the microphone off at a certain
He's got to hit the button and say, "Hey, timeout."
Well, here's the thing. The way Eberflus ran his unit, he was the only person with the power to call timeouts. Although Caleb did it on his own in the first half, and they probably went at halftime and cussed him out. It was a great timeout he called. The team was able to regroup. You know what I mean? I think, no, he did it in the third quarter, and we were able to extend that drive. Mm-hmm. And so Caleb was saying he didn't want to call another timeout because he had already called a timeout. But, bro, we're not getting bonus points for timeouts. They don't give you a point at the end of the game for how many timeouts you got left.
Yeah, you can't tell the pilot, hey, hold on, I got somebody else coming on the flight. I got a timeout from the game left, so hold on. No, you got to use them during the game.
Right. So we got the scapegoat. Game MVP for the Bears. Is it Caleb again? No, I'm not going to do that. No, I can't do that. I have been saying it every week. I'd probably say Keenan Allen, man. He was balling, bro.
2 touchdowns. Fantastic move.
He made a lot of good plays, bro.
That sounds viable. I'll go with Keenan Allen as the MVP. Well, actually, DJ had more catches.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he was more active.
Wasn't he?
I'm going with DJ Moore.
Coach, who you going with?
I'm going to go defense. I'm going to go Stevenson, man, because he came up with a big – if they had scored right there a touchdown, I think we wouldn't even be having none of these conversations.
And he took the ball in the face.
Yeah,
he took the ball in the face and got us a penalty on the sideline.
Yeah, so I'm going to go defense. I go with Stevenson.
All right. Who's your team MVP so far this season? See, now it's looking like I usually say Jalen Johnson. Then now DJ Moore's creeping up. And you got the kid. You got the kid out there. Let's look at this. The kid's season numbers. He's at an 86.1 rating, 14 TDs, 5 picks. He's thrown for 2,600 yards. And he's got some rushing yards, too. He's on pace.
He's got a lot of records.
It'll probably end up with like 3,500 passing yards.
Yeah. He's got the record. You got to pick him. I mean, he's first overall Heisman. You got to pick him.
Generational.
I pick him. Yeah, I pick him. Caleb Williams, I pick him.
You guys aren't helping this kid's ego. I swear, man. I was watching.
Hands down. You got to give him something, but
give him shit.
Right.
Take that C off his chest and help him. Tell him to win some damn games, get to the playoffs.
Yes.
All the goddamn time out.
Make it to the Super Bowl. And you can't make it to the Super Bowl if you don't make it to the damn playoffs.
Right.
Out there in sunny California, rubbing Cole Kmet's bum because he's a company plant. They probably sent him out there with you for the Notre Dame USC game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Notre Dame. Yeah.
And Coach, you play Madden. You know when you got to call a timeout. And that's the thing. Like, everyone's blaming Eberflus. And I know he's got rules, and we've had this discussion before. Somebody's got to call a timeout, man.
He's the team cap. Is he a team captain?
Yes, first
He's
team
got to
captain.
call a timeout.
He's the first team rookie team captain in Chicago Bears history, coach.
He's got to call a timeout, man.
In 106 years, he's the first team captain. That's Eberflus.
That's now he's got to call a timeout now. If the coach is supposed to help him,
of course. But
if the coach see, okay, wait a minute. You know what I mean? The coach is supposed to override all of that, man.
Yes.
Send coaches, man. I mean,
but not just him. You got Keenan Allen. I've seen games where Randy Moss has called timeout. Sometimes your quarterback is dinged up. I've seen games where other players call timeout. But
who
the
else
Bears,
is the captain on offense?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Mercedes Lewis.
Cole Kmet. Mercedes Lewis. Who ain't even on the field, and we got a rookie captain. You know, Allen is not a captain.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Eberflus just blew that, man. They just blew that, man.
And Ace, you got a guy on a 1-year rental, and he's got your generational quarterback's number. Keenan Allen, yeah. That's culture, man. I would have told Keenan Allen, man, you're not getting that number, bro. You better work a deal out with that rookie. What's wrong with you?
That's Pookie Pose type of go out there and get this 1-year rental. This guy, you know, you're not keeping next year.
And all he does is throw everybody under the bus.
They love to get everybody from Green Bay for some reason.
I wouldn't hire not one of them.
Not one.
It's conspiracy.
Not even to wash my damn car.
Not one of them. All right, real quick before we get to final words, give me you guys short list. Three potential head coaching candidates, and then give me the one that's top on your list last. I'll throw a name out there just to start with. Ben Johnson. He's number 3 on my list as head coach.
Belichick's number 3 for me.
Coach, who's number 3 on your short list for replacing Flush?
Ooh. I heard somebody talking
you got
about
Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's out there.
The offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders. Who was that guy? What's that guy's name?
Kingsbury. Yeah. He's familiar with Caleb.
Yeah.
He'll let Caleb do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Out of football by next year.
All right. No,
so I pick him.
My number 2, here's one that his name never comes up, and he's an offensive mind. He's a disciplinarian. He holds people accountable. He's poor and stupid, but I'm going with Eric Bieniemy. That's my number 2. He's got the experience. He's long overdue for a shot at it. He's under Andy Reid's coaching tree. I mean, there's absolutely no reason in the world why he shouldn't be considered to be head coach of the Bears organization. And I think his personality would fit the city because he's not an Eberpuss. All right, Ace, give me your number 2.
Yeah, he made a bad decision in going to college. I don't know what what was up with that. He should have took some kind of I don't know, maybe demotion.
But Harbaugh went to college and got a head coaching job.
Yeah, but he went to college and became offensive coordinator.
Did he? Did he?
Yeah, he's out there on the left coast at UCLA. And their season is sucking because they don't have personnel. I don't understand the
logic. Yeah, that was dumb. I agree.
Yeah.
Who's your number 2, Ace, on your short list?
On my short list, I'm gonna go with I'll go with Cutler Brown. It's my number 2. He's here. He knows the team, and he's not scared of the Chicago media. And they're playing for him. We'll see how his interview ends with these last 5 weeks. But I'll go with Thomas Brown.
Yeah, well, he's a hot name floating around the league, and we got him right there on our squad. But the Bears are going to bear, man. I'm telling you, the Bears. Yeah. Corch?
Well, I think it's too much responsibility for him right now at this point, so I wouldn't pick him.
Because he's black.
I would pick actually the dude. They've been talking about the dude from Detroit, the The black dude with the gray beard. What is he? The offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator for Detroit?
That's the defense coordinator. They talking about the offense coordinator, Ben Johnson, for the, Detroit. But you want the defense coordinator who doesn't get enough credit, who they don't
Yeah,
talk about. Yeah.
yeah. Whatever his name is, that's who I would pick.
What about Flores on the defense coordinator for Minnesota? They're in a 4-3. He's got exotics.
Sue the league.
Oh yeah, I
Well, the
forgot
Bears
about
have
that.
always been a defensive. The culture of the Bears is defense and running. So until they change that, I wouldn't mind picking a defensive coach. Period. So.
Well, Mike Dicker was an offensive guy.
Allegedly.
But he had Buddy Ryan though, man. Look who he had though. Shoot, he had Buddy Ryan, baby.
My number one pick for the job, and I'm gonna say it may change, is Colored Brown. I think he is ready. I think he's done as much as McVay did to deserve a shot. You know what I mean? And all I do, coach, is imagine he's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, drop-dead, gorgeous, and smart. And then I say to myself, would he be a hotter name if he was one of those things that I just said? He would be a hotter name if he was white. And the fact that he's colored, we always got to do more and prove more and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Similar to Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? She had all of the experience and everything and blah, blah, blah. And got an idiot running the country. So there's that. So I'm going with Colored Williams. He's there. He's earned the right. He's a hot name. We got him right there. I've been preaching. We got to start promoting from within. I don't want to keep bringing in these outsiders. There's probably hot names in the toy business, Corch. You could pick up and, blah, blah, blah. But if you got somebody in your system already, who are you going to trust? You know what I mean? Well, Coach will go with the pink man outside the company over the brother that's been working there for 15 years. You ain't ready. Yeah, you ain't ready.
Well, I'm going with A's third pick, which is Belichick, baby. He out there. I mean, he's 72, 73 years old, but
he's older than Biden.
He's got 6 championships. You know what I mean? Tom Brady is kind of friends with Caleb Williams as well. You know what I mean? Tom Brady liked Caleb Williams. He loved him.
Yeah.
So I would get Belichick right up in there, man. That's who I would put in there for a quarterback coach. I mean, Tom Brady came from nowhere, dude. Tom Brady wasn't how did Tom Brady start playing? Right after Bledsoe, whatever his name was. Well, he came in after Bledsoe, didn't he? Didn't Bledsoe or somebody get hurt in New England?
Yeah, I don't think it was Bledsoe. It was
who was it?
Bledsoe got hurt.
It was a Pro Bowler. It wasn't Bledsoe though. It was the next dude
God,
after.
Who it was? I know I'm close. But Belichick, man, all day.
So you going with Belichick as your number one? If you were in charge, who did Tom Brady replace?
It was Drew Bledsoe. He got hurt.
It was Drew Bledsoe. Yeah, Bledsoe. Bledsoe.
The 90s first overall pick, Drew Bledsoe ended the Patriots' search for a quarterback by bringing the team to consistent playoff contention after 5 losing seasons. Bledsoe's success would be eclipsed the next decade when an injury caused him to be relieved by backup Tom Brady. Yeah, Bledsoe. All right, you guys are right. Thomas Brown. And you said who, Ace?
Number one, I'm going
Ben
with
Johnson.
Brady out of
No, not Brady. Oh, your number one coach?
Yeah, Joe Brady out of Buffalo.
Was he an offensive guy?
Yeah. He's got Buffalo humming. Even with
is he related to the Tom Brady? I mean, I don't, what I mean? We got Tom Brady and we got
I don't know if that
some other Brady. I mean,
I haven't done an Ancestry 23 on him, but I know his name's Brady, and he's a decent coach. I think between him and Brown, you can probably put together a team to win to get to the playoffs and win some games.
Well, you're not going to have Brown. If you don't hire Brown, well, maybe you can. You can. Yeah, you're right. You got to have a good package for him. Yeah, but I mean, you got a guy who's at the helm, Ace. Now, to coach's point, you put him as head coach at the helm. How it's going to look? Well, now he's not at the helm no more, and he's just the offensive coordinator. And now you're bringing in somebody from the outside, and now this guy's been demoted. I mean, that's not a.
He got to go. Shit, if he got to go, he got to go. Everybody got to go. If Poles got to go, if Flu's got to go, if the other 27 offensive coaches they had got to go, they got to go. Yeah,
they got like 26 coaches total.
He's in my top 3 as far as coaches is concerned. If he interviews well, as far as Brown is concerned, then yeah, make him the head coach.
Hey, they do run the ball, bro. Like, I'm concerned that last game, and everybody says, well, we were behind. Man, we only had 11 carries by a running back, bro. That's terrible. Like, even when Detroit falls behind, when the Ravens fell behind, bro. Coach, playing Madden. Just because you down 2 scores don't mean you don't run the ball. If it's still, second, third quarter, you got to run your offense.
Yeah.
Because you got to score. And if I got Justin Fields back there, I'm not going to just, I'm down 14 points to coach. Let me spread and just throw the ball for the rest of the game. That's a disaster.
Yeah.
You
know? All right. So that's we did our thing, and then maybe we'll be doing a GM search soon, but we'll hold off on that. All right, Hugo, give me your final words out there and wrap it all up with a FGB.
All right, well, here we go. The Bears, if you are listening, please listen. When you run the ball, if you're not running I formation, which gives you a lead blocker because your offensive line sucks.
That's why we fired the last coach, because he said he didn't come here to run I formation. But go ahead, coach.
That means that if by your offensive line sucking, that first guy is going to get through. Now, your running back do not have a lead blocker. Your running back might not have that type of agility to get away from that dude. You understand what I'm saying? So now, Bears, if you're running single back, which they do a lot of, if you're going to run left, pull your right guard or right tackle to the left as a fullback as soon as you hike the ball. It's trap play. You run right, you do the vice versa. You got to give your offensive line sucks. You got to be creative with your offensive line.
You want to see some lead blocking out there.
I want to see some lead blocking. So if you're going to run the single back formation,
talk to him, because you played on the offensive line. So talk to Poles. And Poles should know this.
He should know this. You just can't sit back there and run a stretch play. You know what I mean? You got to run a trap play. You run left, you need to pull your right guard, you need to pull your right tackle. One of them guys need to be going right along with him as soon as they hand off the ball. Vice versa on the right side. They don't do that. They just hand the ball off. The offensive line sucks. The first guy get through there, he don't got a lead blocker. What happens? It's dead. The play is dead, man. The play is dead. So Bears, if you're listening, you're going to run out of single back.
Somebody listening, they producers be watching.
Yeah. Well,
pull alignment. Pull alignment from the opposite side if you're running left, from the right side. If you're running right, pull alignment from the left side. Case closed. They have a better running game all day long.
And how does running help the quarterback?
Well, running helps the quarterback. Hell, it takes a lot of pressure off of man, because now, when the team see that you can run, I mean, you can do play action. You can pull somebody and fake right.
And they got to load the box.
Hit the tight end. Hit the tight end. Hit the tight end. You can do screens all day long.
Yeah.
You can do play action screens all day long.
Because they got to load the box
on
and
the
they got to bring
side of the field.
You're right.
So that's my final words. If they can do that, I think they'll have more success on offense.
It's great final words. Jim's recovery. Is there any FGB on your way out or what, bro? We're gonna get
BGB, baby. BGB.
GB's in third place in the division.
But you know, we everybody know there are 3 teams coming out the North.
Allegedly. So long.
They coming. Because when you look at them other divisions, they only 6 and 5. There's only one of them teams coming out of there.
But coach, we just got rid of the biggest reason. Listen, where Poles messed up at. Okay, the job Flus took, nobody was going to take it. It wasn't because the Bears organization is dumb and all this nonsense narrative. It was because they were stripping the team. Flus was the only person that's going to take the job to coach all these bums we had. And so what Poles did was, since Flus was such a nice guy, he felt bad for him and said, we're going to give him another year with talent. But he didn't show that he was a good game manager, so he didn't deserve another year with talent. So what I'm saying is, if you brought this guy in because he's a good development of players, right? Young players, that's why they brought him in. He did develop the defense. He did develop some players. You got to let him go, and then bring in a real coach. And that's what they aired on, in my opinion. Any comment on that, Ace? And then jump that into your final words, bro.
Yeah, they aired on it last year when they had the opportunity to get rid of Flus or part ways with him, like they said, after this season, and bring in another coach, but with the ability to demand respect from the locker room and the respect of these talent that you were bringing in.
And the respect of the NFL and the refs.
Right. So you have a head coach who the refs don't think know what he's doing. They don't respect. He doesn't even talk to them during the damn games to figure out why the hell they're making calls. Your locker room is divided because they wanted to keep Justin, and you brought in this new quarterback and you made him a damn captain along with 75 other guys on the team. And, it's just a situation where he didn't know how to control the team, develop them from going from pre-OTAs to preseason to the first quarter of the season, middle of the season, and finish out the schedule strong as a football team, because he didn't know what he was doing as a head coach. He's a coordinator, and at best, as we will say. And I just wish they would have sat down with some of the coaches that were available last year, and the Chicago Bears wouldn't be in this position this year. So hopefully Kevin Warren will go ahead and bring in some viable candidates this year that are available. I wish he would have did it last year when he had the opportunity to go out there and get rid of Flus and talk to a Jim Harbaugh or talk to a Ben Johnson and talk to the coaches that were available that Flus, were threatened by, like the offensive coordinator, Kingsbury, and the guys that were available to come in as offensive coaches to help this team with this new quarterback, or to talk to coaches that were available that had some kind of pedigree behind them, like a Jim Harbaugh, that might have turned your program around with your new quarterback and helped you with some personnel decisions as far as who you needed on your team on offense, especially defense. Definitely offense as far as running game and working with a rookie quarterback. But, it is what it is. They left it in the hands of the general manager, which is his job to control football operations. But now you have a president of the team who's available to control the entire football operations of the organization. And now it's time for him to step up. Yes, we want a new stadium deal. Hopefully you can get that squared away by the end of this year, beginning of next year. But you got to flex your muscles as far as the football operations are concerned, because you got a new GM. You got a first-time GM. You've excelled at operations for a football franchise, but now you got to put more hands-on this general manager that you have, that apparently is having problems assessing personnel, putting a football team together, and a coaching staff that's ready to win in the toughest division in football. So, those are words that I'm coming up with to finalize this particular segment where Black Friday, where we finally got rid of this coach that had historic losses for the last 2 seasons of Hail Marys, of percentage-wise of games that there's no way that the Bears should have lost as a football club. We had the block punt, and we had block kick that could have beat the Packers this year. We had the block kick that cost us. Then the next football game against the Minnesota Vikings. It's certain things you got to do as a head coach to run a team, run an organization. Yes, you want to be the defensive coordinator. That's where you came in, and that's what you hang your hat on. But you got to trust your defensive coordinator to run your defense. As a head coach, you got so many things that you have to operate on a Sunday during a week, leading up to a game, leading up to a season, leading up to the playoffs, that if you're not concentrating on that, if you're just concentrating on being a defensive coordinator, there's no way you're going to get there. And we've seen that in the last year with Coach Eberflus and his ability to control the operations from the field level of the Chicago Bears. So,
do you want to thank him for his service?
I can't say what I was about to say on YouTube here, but I mean, it is what it is. He was put in a situation that I don't think he used. I think he used his ability, but I don't think he used the free reign that he had to make this team better, to make this team viable in the NFC North. He was coaching from a perspective that, I don't want to lose my job. And he was never in that situation really until this year. And once he was put in that situation, he failed miserably. And do I want to thank him for his service? No. The numbers that he put up, did they really thank Justin for his service? I don't think so. But the numbers that Flus put up as a head coach, the losses, the historic losses, the inability to win a road game on Sundays, good luck to you and your family, and good riddance.
You know what? And we've probably all worked with people like Flus, either they were in management or they're coworkers, and they're passive aggressive. They're nice on the surface. They let everything go on, and then when the stuff hits the fan, they're firing you. They're singling you out. Yeah.
I definitely work with somebody like that.
Yeah. But everybody, he's a nice guy. No, this guy's a snake in the grass. He's a fox, and a fox is worse than a wolf because you're gonna.
And he's got the damn guaranteed contracts. I don't feel sorry for that son of a gun. If the players get cut, if the players get sent packing, if the players don't go to another team, their check stops the following Tuesday. They don't get any more damn money. But if this guy who's fired from being incompetent, not knowing his job, not being able to guide his team on a weekly basis gets fired, his contract is fully guaranteed until he decides to coach somewhere else for another team, and then they start paying part of the contract. So, no, I don't feel sorry for him, and good riddance.
And do you tank for Travis or whoever you want to draft? Because they got a lot of draft capital this season. And we're in a position. We're just as close to being in a position of maybe just missing the playoffs if we go on a run here, or we're close to just being the first overall draft pick again. Do you tank? Do you at least have that conversation if you're Warren and Poles?
No. You go out there every week to win games. You have a team that you said you put together that was ready to compete for the playoffs, compete for your division, and you blame it on your offensive coordinator. Now you're blaming it on the head coach. Now if the team is allegedly getting everything they want to go out there and compete on a weekly basis. So no, you don't tank. You go out there and try and win some damn games. If you lose games by trying to win, then it is what it is. But go out there and play football, Bear football, and hopefully, some of these players can come back, but some of them got to go. We need an offensive left tackle. We need a center. We need we need a 3 technique. We need some more players in the trenches, and everybody knows that. So go out there, play football. The draft picks are going to fall where they may. We got a first round pick, wherever that falls. We got 2 second round picks next year, and we got some other picks to work with. So go out there and win some damn football games.
Are you concerned with the mutiny in the locker room, or more concerned with the fact that it leaked? Is that a problem for you as a GM, as a president? I'm okay with the mutiny, the near fight, but are you okay with this leaking to the media? And could that have been Cole Kmet once again? He likes to talk. It's probably Allen, though. If I had to put money on it, it's Keenan Allen or Mercedes Lewis.
From what I hear is, the reporters, they're in the locker room already, so they just saw what happened and they reported what they saw. Some of the stuff they hold back because they want to be invited back into the locker room.
They don't want to lose access, but they blame Deion Sanders when he operates the same way. Single him out.
Yeah, he's caught it. But
and speaking of that, I want to take Bieniemy off my list. I'll move Ben Johnson up to 2, and Deion's my number 3 on the list. But you were saying, I got to get Deion on the list.
Get Prime out there. I think he wants to stay in college. I don't think he wants to go.
Yeah, don't listen to Prime. Prime wants to coach in the NFL, man. He's always talking about what he don't want to do. He wants to stay at the black college. He blah, blah, blah. I don't want to listen to none of that. You get Prime, you wave some money under Prime's nose and tell him he can bring his son in here and make him a second string quarterback and maybe create some controversy in there with Caleb. Prime will come. Prime will bench Caleb for his son.
I don't think he'll make as much money in the pros as he can make in college.
Well, not with the Bears, that's for sure.
Yeah. So and plus you're looking at maybe 3-4 years. He can get a 10-year deal in college, and Colorado is a 420 friendly state. So you can always get players. You can always live good there. So I wouldn't leave. Then he just got the number 2 prospect for college players as a quarterback.
Blah, blah, blah. Man, Prime gonna be on the move. I told you, Prime want to be wherever his son is, and I'm not hating on him. And let's get him in here. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, if he's interested. But he's been a pro player, and I don't think he wants to coach these guys nowadays. These guys, he's run out of bounds and shoulder tackle guys. I don't think he really wants to deal with those guys in the NFL. But we'll see.
Man, they be running out of bounds when you're eating the clock up. I'm not saying it's 5 minutes or less, but still, they be running out of bounds when they should be keeping the clock moving, and then they be staying in bounds when they should be stopping the clock. I mean, I just that's coaching.
Yeah. We didn't have any coaching. We had 26 coaches, but now every week we lose. That number descends every 1 week. So
yeah, we had coaches. We had 8 captains, which we all questioned. Like, why is he naming all these based upon what?
Yeah.
And then the captains he named are traded or lost to free agency the next season, and he's not fighting, saying, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is my captain, right?"
My captain, man. Like, you got 20 of them. Who cares? Just name somebody else.
Yeah, we'll coach him up. I'll get the next guy in here. Next man up. All right.
We'll figure it out.
To put what you said in context, he's Flus was 5-19. That's his record in 1-score games. The NFL is built on 1-score games. We all knew as Bears fans, a game can't be close because we're going to lose it. So that winning percentage is 20.8%. It's the lowest by any coach in NFL history who had the pleasure of coaching a minimum of 20 games. Because usually you don't take it that far.
Yeah, except for in Chicago.
Oh yeah, and you got the same agent as
The general manager.
The general manager. You guys all having dinner together. They didn't even have Caleb talking about that. Yeah, I got to know Thomas Browning. We were having dinner with his family. Listen, I don't care how you feel about this. I don't
I want
care
you
about none of that.
Talking about the damn playbook, you son of a gun.
Man, it's not, and I'm saying that's the culture we've created. We made all that so important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's down the road, man. After you've been here for a while, man. Like, I'm interviewing for a job, and the company's got their family in there talking about, yeah, we want to get to them. I mean, I don't know. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Fireable offenses. Matt Eberflus coaching stats. 14 and 32. Is that worthy of firing?
Yeah, you're damn right. After 3
but he had rookie quarterbacks and young quarterbacks. You know, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Wins, losses are a quarterback stat. He's 14 and 32.
Yeah, we got rid of one, and he got a generational one. He's not running with him either.
All right, but he's a rookie. You know, I'm just saying. Challenges won. Listen to this. He's won 2 out of 10 challenges, bro. I think the league average is like 60%.
No, it's not that high.
Let me see.
Maybe like 25, 30.
Let's see. What's league average for NFL challenges? We'll see here.
I don't think it's that high.
The league has a 54% conversion rate on successful challenges. You've just been duped to sleep by this idiot we've had.
He's an idiot.
Yeah. Like, hey, if my guys upstairs have me with a 2 and 10, fired, and this has come up.
Yeah, somebody. Well, he's got to scapegoat the guys upstairs.
I mean,
yeah.
Hey, the guys are telling me that, you know, that to go ahead and do it, and that's why I'm doing it. And because of that, we've replaced them. I'm saying this is what good coaches do. We haven't fired them. We just took them out of the booth because they sucked at that, but we moved them over here, and now they're holding the clipboard and doing fingernail painting with the quarterback.
Getting a high quality H2O down to the players.
Yeah. Okay. We already did 1 possession games, 5 and 19. Now we're going to give you his record versus we're going to take the North and never give it back. This is the guy who doubled down and came in here and said, we're going to take the North and never give it back. His record is 2 and 13 in divisional
games. And he's giving points away every damn week in these damn division games. Yeah, we're going for 2. Yeah, field goals aren't important. Yeah, we don't need the field goals because they're not important. We're not gonna win games with field goals. You're what is this record? 5 and 19 in 1 possession games, and field goals aren't important. You should have been fired.
And last but definitely not least, road games. 3 and 19 on the road. You got Bears fans traveling, filling up stadiums.
I think so, a number of them.
Yeah, 3 and 19. You guys got to go out there and get embarrassed, and be close to win and watch this idiot blow it.
No, I was in the Commander Stadium talking cash crap. You know, I was like, yeah, your team's only going to score 17 points at the most. We're coming back. We're going to run the ball down your throat down the 4th quarter. And I had those guys quiet. And then the damn Fail Mary comes, and then they giving me the business. And I had to take it because I got an idiot head coach that couldn't call a timeout when his players out there on the field talking to the fans, or his defense wasn't lined up to
100%.
Got a damn spy.
100%. So you're
back on a damn last second play.
A spy. A guy who won't even make a tackle anyway. A guy who would never tackle Jaden Daniels. And it's like you coaching Jackie Robinson, and we're talking about kids, y'all, children. And it's you're up 1 run, the bases are loaded, there's 2 outs, the count's 3 and 2, and you got your right fielder out there, and you just sit there as a coach. And don't call timeout. Don't tell the pitcher to hold the ball. Don't get this.
Step off. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Yeah, I got somebody to take care of that.
Yeah. I mean, if he's your best right fielder, man, bro, that's a coaching moment.
Yeah.
And that's what I never saw him do. Hey, time out. And then get over there like.
Yeah.
And that's what the team wanted.
Yeah. He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Passive aggressive.
Yeah.
All right. My final words, bro.
All right.
Thanks for tuning into Mouthpiece Included today. As we wrap up this insightful episode, we're left with much to think about: our Chicago Bears future and the development of our promising generational rookie quarterback, already captain, named starter, had the playbook, just gave him everything. Everything. Our recent showdown against the Lions has led to Matt Eberflush being flushed. Good luck to him and his family. And in my mind, I mean, you're right up there with the worst coaches you're the worst coach, that I've seen as a Bears coach. That I've seen. This is going back to Jack Pardee.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout our conversation, we broke down the game, key moments, Eberflus's coaching, quote, strategies, end quote. We also talked about, should we tank the remaining of the season? Should we keep the offensive coordinator colored brown in there, who looks really good? The team seems to be responding to his leadership. There's a leak. There's a turd in the punch bowl. There's turds in that locker room. And Thomas Brown, if you're listening, that's the one thing I would be sitting down and talking to the general manager and the team president is. I don't know what kind of company plant or leak or something y'all got going on in here, but not on my watch. We're not going to have all this yappity yap. And we need to be on one page. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're Jalen Johnson. I don't care if they're Caleb Williams. One thing, big ups to Caleb. He's not going on podcasts and talking nonsense. Big ups to Caleb.
Yeah.
If anybody you expect to be doing that, it would be Caleb, but he doesn't do that. So big ups. DJ Moore. Mike Dicker I made a comment about that, Ace. Well, this ain't slave times. No, it isn't. But these guys got a job to do, and you expect privacy in that locker room like you expect privacy in your home. That's right. It's institutional control. These guys aren't slaves. They're being paid top dollar to do what they do. And there's certain minimums that you ask because it shows dysfunction. People who work for corporations, they don't go out on the internet and talk about how their job sucks and how the corporation is mismanaged and how they wish the CEO did this and that. And they don't do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if they did, they would get fired. All right. If you want to do that, you own the team. Now, so as we continue this journey, I'm going to be a homer here. I'm looking for 5 meaningless wins because that's just right up our Bears alley. Show us enough hope to keep buying those jerseys and those season tickets. Showing up to the tailgate. It's right up our alley. Just missed that playoff. If we just went in Hail Mary game, we'd have made it. If we just season after season, bro.
Yeah.
So we hope today's episode has provided some more insight on this. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Big ups to Coach, Diesel, and comments. We even had a Detroit fan in here. Yeah, we appreciate that.
He wants Ben Johnson. You're going to lose him. He's gone.
That's the thing, man. When you're good, you start losing your coaches, and that's why you got to be developing coaches in your system too, bro. You can't just be like, yeah, we got a new guy and he's changing up everything we've been doing. The reason Detroit's good and KC's good because they've been running that same system for years. So thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to continuing this conversation and its progress. Until next time, stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, bear down. And Ace, can we get I think you were saying it.
FGB.
You're damn right. I don't know what's wrong with everybody.
Thanks for these coach stopping in the
Mouthpiece Incl.
FGB.
And welcome back, Brisker. We don't have an idiot at coach. It's like we're gonna ramp him up the next 2 weeks. No.
Ready to play.
It's only 5 games left. All right. So you find yourself sliding through Chi or South LA.
What?
Keep your head on that swivel. Watch your back. Check your 6. Use your blind spot assist. Make sure the intersection is safe to proceed. Just because the light is green means nothing. Who are those guys standing there? They doing what? You might have to run that light. Better guard your grill. Knuckle up.
Downtown. Washington Heights.
Mouthpiece included.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it, baby.
And don't forget to.
Get it, baby.
And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Stop the killing. Get a job if you have to. It's okay. It's okay.
Clean that water.